Hey, this is Max, and welcome to the Ronin System podcast. We're back again with the fifth installment of Battle Buddies, and we had Chinese food again.
That's
So
right.
we're gonna hear more chewing noises.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. But
Gotta eat.
yeah, I gotta eat. You guys just came from. Man, I've been meaning to go to Monday class. Actually,
Come to Wednesday.
is it consistent?
Wednesday
Yeah.
nights and Monday nights and Wednesday nights are consistent.
Stacked. I mean, there was literally at least, 30 people?
Yeah.
Plus?
Yeah.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more than the fucking Tuesday, Thursdays.
Yeah.
It's easily one Tuesday, Thursday.
You don't get as many roles, though, because the class is shorter.
Oh yeah, it's like an hour, right?
Yeah.
And
We do class on Wednesday. We go to 7:30, so it's an hour and a half.
Wait. Skipped over my introduction. My name is Edgar Gomez. I'm part of the Battle Buddies. What's going on here? Who are
Oh
you?
yeah, we skipped right over the
We didn't-
introduction.
Who are you? He introduced Battle Buddies. Who are you?
What are you talking about?
What's your name? Do you want to?
He didn't ask us to introduce. You know who we are. It's a man and Edgar. Yeah. You come to 7:30, 6 o'clock. 6, 7,
We have to keep some consistency here, okay?
All
The
right,
people
all
want to
right.
know.
But no, yeah, I need to go back. I don't know, man. I'm just feeling lazy, especially with the time of it, because it's like
But it's
six-
earlier.
It's 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah, it's
You get home
6:15.
early.
So
Well, I get off work at 5, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Like 9 to 5, and gotta take the dogs out and then feed them, and then typically we're gonna make dinner, and then I eat a little bit, and then I go, and around that time it's probably like 6:45, 7.
that's one thing. Do you do that too? That's one thing. Well, not now, but you eat before jiu-jitsu?
Hell no.
I eat a little
can't.
bit.
I'll throw up.
I eat a little bit.
I mean, half a banana or something like that, fine, but not half a meal.
It depends.
Yeah, like I can have a banana. That's a tops.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I make the mistake of like actually eating
Oh.
like pasta or something.
Ooh, that's
But
no bueno.
usually it's like salmon or like seafood or something like.
I have to have something like, if I do something that's like something quick and sweet,
That makes sense.
like an orange or something, or an apple.
I'll end up chewing gum just to trick my brain. Like you did eat something and you're getting some
makes you
type
more
of sugar,
hungry.
and then well, for me it doesn't actually.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Huh. Because the saliva produced
Generates- yeah.
Yeah.
It's appetite inducing.
But I'd
Yeah.
rather that than like sucking wind in my mouth, be cotton ball. Just
Again, it depends on
I
what
feel
you
like
eat,
gum
you know?
makes
Yeah.
if I right now when I've been fasting, and so if I ever if I chew gum right after this, I feel dehydrated chewing the gum.
really.
Yeah,
That's
like it's-
total opposite for me. Chewing gum, like I feel more hydrated. Like whenever I'm hiking, I chew gum because the saliva
What kind of
continue.
gum are you chewing though?
Usually like either super minty gum or Big Red, something that's like
Big Red?
Yeah.
Damn,
or
dude.
big league chew.
big. Nah, not
That's-
Big League Chew.
No, that's what I used to chew.
You like big league chew?
Yeah.
I can't do Big League Chew just because some of them are really sour. Like the grape one is sour at
Nah,
first.
go for the basic, man.
Yeah.
The original.
And then
Bubblegum?
Yeah.
I can never ration it correctly. I'm always like, yeah, let me get that big.
You guys are like,
I've got a knot in my
Like
cheek.
you got like dip in your mouth.
Yeah.
That's the point, right?
Yeah.
So how is fasting? It's Ramadan, right?
It's been good.
couple-
Yesterday
like a
was
month.
rough, and so I had to break it. But aside from yesterday, it's been pretty good. I've been getting up really early before the sun comes up and eating a lot.
How early? We talking like 5?
Yeah, so 5.
God damn.
I'm in
dude.
REM sleep, bro. I'm still sawing
What time do you go to
logs.
sleep?
Depends. Like
Well, wait, I guess do you eat like wake up, eat, and then go back to sleep?
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'll go back
That
to
makes more sense.
Yeah.
I'll go back to sleep after that.
Do you get a deeper sleep or no? Because your body's like technically working out, right? Like interior, it's like
I
digesting.
feel like I don't get as deep a sleep afterwards. I want to like maybe it's like I'll sleep maybe 30 more minutes, 45 minutes, and then I'm back, like I'm tossing and turning the rest of the time. Or something.
You're ready for coffee.
Yeah, which I'm not. I'm not really drinking a lot of coffee. Sometimes, sometimes.
Oh,
I'll
right,
drink-
because that'll dehydrate you.
yeah,
And then
sometimes I'll drink coffee at night. But,
you always drink coffee at night.
Yeah, but I'll drink. He was like, no, not always, but
Yeah.
now I've been drinking coffee at night.
I
Don't
do
be
drink
surprised.
coffee at night.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, caffeine helps me sleep.
Really?
Yeah. It's the opposite effect of same thing with gum.
I'll have
man.
to
It's the
rock
opposite
myself to
effect.
sleep. Like literally, I'd be like, I don't know.
Are you
No.
serious? You can drink caffeine to get. I
Yeah.
do too, but like it doesn't help me get to sleep.
Well, it pretty much knocks me out. Especially if I eat and then I drink coffee. I pretty much especially if it's just like straight up black coffee.
What did you take pre-workout? You're gonna fucking be in a coma?
I don't know, man. Like Jay got me on that. What was that pre-workout that
I know
he
you're
was
talking
using
about.
for a while? Yeah, he got me on
The
that.
jiu-jitsu
and
kind that's like doesn't get your heart rate going.
yeah, it didn't really help me. I just felt anxious all the time.
It helped Jay.
It helped.
It helped Jay, yeah. But I was feeling anxious all the time. Like, man, this shit don't work. Unless that's the way I'm supposed to feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know. I don't drink coffee all the time though. I actually hate coffee. I'm more of a tea guy.
You like tea?
Yeah. Just to be stereotypical.
No, it's not stereotypical. Let's talk about that. Is it stereotypically? Is tea coming from originally from China or India?
I think a mix of both.
It's probably grew in both areas.
Well, honestly, I think the tea stereotype is bigger with like British people. What do you do?
Oh, that's my mask.
What is it?
The dog took Edgar's mask. But I think that
It's gone. It's gone under a tree. Sorry, man. I'll get you a new one.
Well, I need that.
Is that,
I took it to kill the
here, hang on a second. Can we play it?
yeah, no, we're good.
I didn't
We'll
realize
just talk shit about Diego. The dog's name is Diego. It's like less than a year, right?
Yeah. He's might be a year. It's a buff. It's a
Oh yeah, it's not a mask.
It's a buff, which
Did you pick your pocket?
sorry. I think it was hanging out of my pocket.
Hey, go place.
I put it around my wrist. No, it's it has sentimental value because I took it to Everest Base Camp and Kilimanjaro with me. So I'm like, kind of need that back.
That's pretty cool.
Sorry.
What'd you get?
It's all good, huh?
Where'd you get it?
In Nepal.
In Nepal.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure it's made in the U.S. or something.
That'd be funny.
But yeah, I went to the other side of the world to get something that I could have got up the street.
He's a thief. He's a thief.
I think he did pick my pocket.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you.
He ain't good.
Freaking big ass Rottweiler.
Yeah, he's gotten bigger.
All right, what were we talking about before? Oh, Ramadan tea. Where did it come
Tea,
from?
yeah,
India,
yeah,
China?
tea. Kind of mix of both. I mean, it's debated, kind of like something like jujitsu, where it's debated where it's from.
Just push him away, man.
I just want to
Yeah.
say, it's whatever, man.
State your claim here now.
Do you? So
Nah,
let me
man,
ask.
it's
let me
one
ask, do you
world,
drink-
one love.
Yeah.
Do
man.
you drink black tea or green tea?
It depends.
I like black.
Yep.
If I
Black
drink, I'll drink black. I have a hard time drinking.
Green tea?
Yeah, just kind of
What about milk tea? Milk tea.
milk tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I'll put milk in my tea. It's good.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. Like if I'm making it at home, it's green tea because I make it a special way. I make it the real way. Because most people they'll just boil hot water and then make their tea. But then like green tea, you're gonna scorch the tea and it's gonna taste bitter.
Mm.
So if green tea is supposed to be sweet, man, get out of here. So you
Yeah,
need to use warm water. I actually cold brew my tea.
Come on,
Mm.
So
come.
that's actually a really nice way because it's sweeter
Sit.
and it's good for if you just want water that's sweet.
Yeah.
You can just
place.
drink cold sweet tea.
The
or
other
cold, green
curveball
tea.
is the Argentinian gauchos that drink mate, which is
Mate.
tea. But it's like they have to drink it with that metal straw that has the holes in it. If not,
Metal straw with holes.
with holes in it. Yeah, because if not, the leaves or whatever thickness go through the straw. And then
Oh, like the mesh thing?
yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
I was
Do you know
about
what
to
I'm
say,
talking about, man?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Mate tea?
Yeah.
No, I never had it.
Come on, man.
Is there a tea drinking culture for Egyptians?
Yeah, we drink a lot of tea. A lot
Do
of
you
black
pour it
tea.
up high?
A lot of black tea.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's what
It's
you
all
gotta do, man.
originated,
Yeah,
all
all the way up.
originated from Turkey. So in Turkey, the Turks did that, and
Yeah?
they passed it on to the Arabs. Yeah, they did.
I like the. I know it's not the same thing, but Moroccan tea with the mint.
Yeah, we do the same thing.
Oh
It's
yeah.
all, it's all. Theirs is they use it.
all
They
the
use,
Mediterranean.
a green tea. They usually do. We do black tea with mint. So we put the mint leaves in there, the dried mint leaves in there. Yeah.
I went visited Ahmed's family in Missouri. They had his mom had the tea set. As soon as we walked in, I was like, Ahmed, are we drinking in those? And he's like, we can. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
It's a nice.
Oh, yeah.
Tea's a
Yeah,
big
I
man.
got one of those too. The little tea sets.
I guess some cultures it's totally fine drinking caffeine after dinner, because that's
Yeah.
what we do that back there too.
Is
I mean,
it
if it's-
it's scientifically proven that it helps digest or no? Digestion.
think so.
I know warm things like hot things help with digestion.
Yeah, there's specific teas the Chinese people drink for that. You ever been dim sum?
Yeah.
I think there's a special there's a bunch of different types of teas. Each one serves a different purpose.
Mm.
So most people they'll just get chrysanthemum, the yellow one with the dandelions in it. But then the one you should be drinking, I actually don't know how to say it in English. I think it's pu'er. It's the black tea, and that's like the best for digestion. So if you're eating a lot of greasy stuff, then you should be drinking that. So I guess black teas are
So,
are
Med,
better.
start drinking that.
Yeah, man.
I will. I don't have any digestion issues.
Neither do I.
No, I'm good.
I do.
Good.
Really. Go place, buddy. Come on. Hey. Nope. Go place.
How is training for him?
It's going well, except for right now, when there's a lot of people in, which is the difficult
that
thing.
makes
Yeah.
Distracted.
Distractions.
I mean, you just got to get more socialized. That's the issue.
With humans or with other dogs?
Humans and dogs.
Yeah.
Go place.
Helps a lot. Like, for the rescue that we have.
Yeah.
Like when we first met him, it was like 10 minutes of nonstop barking because like we were going to the foster home and like he just didn't
Know who you
enjoy
were or
anyone.
anything?
Yeah. And so yeah, it was like 10 minutes of him just screaming his head off and us just like inching forward, giving him treats every now and again.
Yeah.
And eventually he was okay, but then like man, it was like months of just him being a hostile dickhead.
Yeah.
But he still is a hostile dickhead, but he's better now. So
That's what I always wonder when we either go out uptown or to a brewery or something like that, and then folks have their dog, and their dog is just doing their own thing, just either laying down, chilling, or walking around, not bothering anybody. I'm like, how do I get my dog to do that?
To lie down. Did they lie down upon command?
No. Yes, if nobody else is around, though.
Yeah.
It's really hard to keep focus when there's like 15 people around talking, chatting.
Yeah.
They want to be a part of the action.
yeah.
But now being 14, like they're part of the action for like an hour, and then after that, they're like, you know what?
An hour is still a long time.
Yeah. But so they have the initial excitement of like 2-3 minutes, like, oh my God, who are you? Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Just
what's up,
meeting
Pepe?
new people.
Yeah. And then like after that, they're just like, you know what? We're just gonna hang out and do our own thing,
Yeah.
eat some peanut butter or something. That to me has been the best thing. Like
Yeah.
we've got these like we've got these rubber bowls that you put peanut butter in them and have little nodules, so it takes them longer to lick it out.
It's like a play toy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like you literally rub peanut butter in it, and it takes literally like 30 minutes to an hour for them to finish it off.
We got those Kongs, you know.
Yeah, the
like
ones-
the pyramid looking things.
They got black ones and red ones, right?
Yeah, and so our first dog Coco, she's fucking smart, but she's lazy as shit too. So like when we give her those, we haven't given to her since because we have a house now and just got upstairs.
Yeah.
But like at our apartment when we gave it to her, she would take it, get on the couch, and then throw it from the couch, and it shakes it loose, and she won't start eating it until it's all loose. And so when we moved to the house, she went all the way upstairs to throw it down the stairs, and that instantly knocked it all loose. So she just like it was a mess, and she'd be like eating it everywhere, and just like, God damn it, this bitch.
It was supposed to work.
Super smart.
It worked against you.
But no, man. Dogs
Yeah.
are nice.
Sorry if I'm eating though.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
This is my only one time to eat today.
Do you? So would you like to advise? What's the
Ramadan?
rules? The rule? Yeah.
So yeah, you can't eat or drink from sun up to sundown.
So you only basically eat like 2 meals a day almost.
Yeah, basically from like right now, and then I'll eat again. I might make a little snack before I go to sleep, and then I'll get up in the morning before the sun comes up, and I'll eat. The hard part is training.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because if you're just at home working, it's
No big
fine.
deal.
No big deal.
You're still
But you're still hungry.
but you're not dehydrated.
Yeah. Versus like you're dehydrating yourself and the sun is still beaming into the gym.
Right.
And Jay doesn't turn on the AC. And it's like 80 degrees in there.
Oh, dude, it got so hot today.
And then they're like closing the doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although Eric opens the doors, opens the back door and the front door just to try to get some airflow
People
through
will
there.
complain. People. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not saying who.
Not saying
Edgar.
who.
Max won't even show up.
Oh man.
Yeah.
When I do show up, I do complain.
Yeah. You should try it though. See if you can do it. Or if
What,
you like-
Ramadan?
Or try one day. One day
bas-
sucks. Like the 30th day is not as bad, but
Yeah.
one day is definitely.
Honestly, some days I feel like I do it without even noticing.
Just
Like
not eating?
like a whole day, I just won't eat, even
What
if I go
about
training. Drinking, yeah, I'm obviously drinking water.
Yeah.
Boozing it up all day. I mean, no. What?
So you can't drink water either.
Mm-mm.
So it's just
Nothing?
like no.
No.
It's like absolute fast.
Oh, but
Absolutely
what was the reasoning behind it?
So like the
Suffering
religious,
for Allah.
the
Suffrage for all of us.
religious
Yeah.
like meaning behind it is, it's the fact that it came, the Quran came down during the month of Ramadan, like the entirety of it. So every single day That's the religious meaning of it. The other part is like, you're not just, you're supposed to be, it's like it's a point of like a time of like self-reflection and meditation, looking at like self-introspection, being ways to like get closer to God based on the fact that he's, telling you to abstain from certain things. So people who like smoke cigarettes don't smoke during the day. People who do like, there's a lot of things you can just easily abstain from. But food and water, it makes it challenging to where you're just kind of just focusing on the one thing. However, I'm still like texting shenanigans with Edgar during the day that I need to probably stop doing. That's not really helpful self-introspection. But yeah, that's the point of it.
Would you say there's
kind of like Lent?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is there a little bit of a similarity to Lent or no?
No.
Not in the slightest bit.
I think the
You do have to-
self-reflection thing and
fucking
giving
give
something
up. What
up.
do you give up in Lent? Like
Something.
give up alcohol?
I mean, you could give up food,
Well,
but
no,
that's on you.
people
You're talking
when
about
they-
the self-reflection piece?
Yeah, there's a similarity.
Not giving.
Is there 1% of similarity between Ramadan and Lent?
the fact that the word fast is in there, right? The fast, right? But like you fast every night when you go to sleep. That's hence the word breakfast.
Mhm.
But like I don't see the similarity. Like first in terms of how the difficulty of it is.
Oh, no.
no, it's not even the same hemisphere. It's the same stratosphere. Like if you're talking about self-reflection, maybe people will do Lent for like some level of like, hey, I'm doing this to be closer to God. I'm gonna give up, fried foods.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay.
Be closer to God, give up fried foods?
Well,
What?
I-
That was a
I,
stretch.
I think the major difference though
Some
is
people
also
do. That's what they're saying. That's what Lent is, right?
yeah.
What's the purpose of
just
Lent?
giving something up.
You're giving
Yeah.
something
Like-
up for God.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like I don't want to say this in a bad way, but like I feel like Lent is like watered down, where it's
Mhm.
not like I think the original meaning was closer, like not exactly
Yeah.
like Ramadan.
Well,
but
like
it was closer.
there's, I think in the Old Testament, Jews fasted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
it was
not-
based on the same principle, but
Yeah.
then they're just like, nah, we're not gonna do that hard.
No.
Yeah, it's like, hey, why don't we just give up Coke?
Yeah.
Didn't you say too there were certain rules for Ramadan? Like if you're traveling across the desert,
Yeah,
they don't. He obviously the purpose is not to die.
travel in general, you're not, you're okay to like nowadays. People will break their fast when they travel. If you're sick, if you're on medication,
Yeah.
if you're, hence the same thing. If you're going to the you have something going to happen, like some emergency, you're
Like, is there a certain age that you're like, hey, they
of
kind of
age too.
okay, yeah.
Women who are pregnant,
Yeah.
if they're on their period, they're supposed to eat and keep hydrated,
Mhm.
things like that.
Yeah, they obviously don't want you to, fall down and die. But
Mm-hmm.
no, that makes sense. I'm trying to think if there's anything like that in Buddhism. There probably is.
I'm sure Buddha fasted.
Yeah, actually, the thing was, that's
Hunger strikes
how
don't
you
count.
that's how you like ascend to enlightenment. Is you basically just stop being human. That's the idea.
Yeah.
That's like the
What does
bare
that mean? What does
bones
that
idea.
mean? Like, stop
It's
being-
like you stop eating, you stop drinking, you stop caring, not caring,
Which
but you
are the
stop,
basic
like-
human needs.
eventually you stop using the bathroom, right?
Yeah, and that's how you ascend, or not ascend. Like you become enlightened, but
I mean, you become lighter, right?
yeah. Because the original fuck, I don't even remember his name. I think it was Mahat. It might have been like Mahatmas or something. But the original Buddha was like this Indian prince who like left his palace and went to the
Gave up
like,
everything.
impoverished area. Yeah, and he's like this isn't humanity, but it is. So I have to experience it, and so he impoverished himself
Hmm.
and ascended because
That's
he
similar
just
concept,
didn't eat.
yeah.
Yeah, and then that's like essentially not the goal, but like the intention. So, I mean, I'm supposed to be eating basically vegan for 2 days out of a month, like every 15 days ish.
Mhm.
Why?
So, God, I don't even know the original meaning of it. It's basically every full and every new moon, whatever. It follows the moon cycle. It
Mhm.
doesn't follow the traditional calendar, but it like the idea is to be like closer to the earth or something. Not eating animal parts. But I don't really do it.
Get a salad here and there.
I do actually. I've started to enjoy
Salads more?
eating less meat.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I might try vegetarianism
I like
at least.
meats. I like it. I love having just salads sometimes.
Yeah. Salads are good, man.
Although
hate
there's
on-
sometimes we've been cutting away for jiu-jitsu and we'll go to have Jason's Deli. I'll get a sandwich and be like, I'm going to get the salad. All right. The salad is stacked like 3 stories high.
Yeah, well, it
It's got
depends on what kind of
cashews,
salad you
peanuts.
get,
Oh my gosh. I'm like, yo, there's enough calories in that as this burger I'm about to eat.
Yeah, I sometimes I'll make my own trail mix.
Yeah.
Because like I'll put like maybe a little bit of natural chocolate chips, the really like dark bitter
chocolate.
ones.
Yeah.
Some cashews. I like cashews.
Yeah.
Honey for the natural sweetness. It's good, man.
Yeah.
Starting to look after myself.
That's good. What are you trying to? Are you still lifting weights too?
We were just talking about this earlier. I decided not to do a barbell because I want to do more not necessarily functional movements, but like more
Body weight stuff.
actually less bodybuilding style movements because I used to do that
Sure,
a
more like
lot.
calisthenics and stuff.
Yeah. So I'm doing more.
Ginastía natural.
Yeah. I'm doing a lot of like unilateral movements, bilateral movements. You know, like lunges, single leg stuff, single arm stuff.
What's that wrestler that beat Jordan Burroughs?
Kyle Dake.
Yeah,
That was a while
Dig
ago.
bombs, bro.
he does the functional patterns workouts. It's all he does. Where you're just like,
Never lifts weights? I don't know.
oh, it doesn't.
But he built a base of muscle lifting weights.
I
More
think he
than
built a
likely.
base of muscle wrestling as a kid.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So like he's also probably just strong.
Gifted.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like didn't he come from he's Cornell, right?
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they have a lifting program.
I'm sure
associated
they.
with
I'm
it.
sure they do, but I'm saying all he does now
Yeah, all he
Oh,
does
now.
now, but like
is functional pattern. No, but I'm sure he was probably strong. As
Yeah.
a high schooler, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen the functional patterns type workout, or like it's based
thing
on
in the woods?
running, jumping, like squatting, throwing stuff, like how you because
So like plyos.
yeah, like natural movements you would do as probably like a caveman or something. You would throw things. You would
Yeah,
Mhm.
like essentially like a strongman
yeah.
type. I like those. That's yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though. But you gain a lot of balance from it, from your strength in balance. So like, if I'm moving if I'm doing a lunge,
Yeah.
the way he lunges, he's lunging with balance and strength. So like, it's hard to knock him over when he's lunging.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Versus when you're in a full lunge, you should be at your weakest.
Yeah, or
Potentially.
like you're just trying to if you're just trying to build a muscle for a lunge, like you have like weights behind you. If somebody pushed you, you'd fall.
Yeah.
He's not gonna fall if you lunge. If you push him when he's lunging or
Yeah.
something like that. Things like that.
Yeah, GSP was talking about that too. How he like stopped lifting entirely. It just transitioned more to like functional movements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
And then-
homeboy grew his hair out.
Yeah, man, for acting,
Yeah.
he's trying to get roles.
Trying to- He dyed it too. I think he bleached blonde or something.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't look good. He's got like frosted tips.
He looks
I know.
exactly. He looks weird. He looks weird.
Looks like he's like the 6th member of NSYNC or something.
So what's up? What's going on? We did watch you haven't watched it yet.
The Whitaker fight? Or what?
Mhm.
No.
I watched it. It was the first time I was watching it Saturday night. It was on the background.
He
So
was
who
good,
won?
man? Whitaker.
Whitaker.
Yeah, he killed him.
And I'll tell you one thing before we get into Whitaker. Gaslam's got a chin. Holy shit!
Oh, Gaslam's a tough motherfucker,
Yeah.
dude.
Dude, that guy can
Dude's a
take
fridge.
punch. Yeah.
Yeah, like the thing is like
What
People
weight class
were-
was that? 85?
185. Yeah.
Yeah.
People were saying he needs to get his diet in check, but then like
Yeah, because didn't he miss weight for a fight in
he
the
missed
past
he
year?
missed a bunch for
Oh.
for
70.
welterweight because he went down to welterweight for a while, and he was actually top 10 for a while as well. But then like he couldn't maintain weight, and so he just bumped up. But man, the thing people say like he needs to like fix his diet, he needs to like cut back down, and I don't think he does as well as he does now.
Mhm,
because-
at 185.
Yeah, especially because all the cardio machines down at welterweight, like
Do you know what he
made-
walks around at? 205?
no, probably more than that,
230?
maybe. Whitaker was saying he walks around like 220.
Whitaker does.
Yeah, and he used to cut down to welterweight too.
How tall is he?
I don't know, maybe it's 6 feet.
Really?
Yeah, Gaslam's
big.
pretty short. Gaslam's like 5'8", and he towered over him.
Hmm.
It's a truck.
Is it?
Sounds like a flight.
He
a plane.
looked amazing though.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Like
And he looked good with his takedowns. He would do
Oh,
those
dude.
those lateral drops in judo. What
Yeah.
were they?
he It is kind of a judo throw, but like basically it's like double unders, step to the side, and toss him over your leg. Can't remember what it's called. I think it's like a Greco move actually, but yeah, like he smashed him in wrestling, smashed him in striking. There was no cardio issues. Pretty much nowhere that Gastelum was good.
Oh, so
Like he was good, but there's
more than
nowhere
ready.
he was winning. You know, there's no route to victory essentially.
Yeah, he looked better against Gastelum than Adesanya looked against Gastelum.
Yeah. I was just saying, I wish MMA math worked that way, where you know, like Gastelum and Adesanya had a close fight, then
It's
Whitaker
matchup
destroyed him.
Yeah.
Then Whitaker should probably beat Adesanya in his
Adesanya.
next round, but then like it just doesn't work that way, you know.
So
Styles make fights.
Exactly.
old name popped up when I was watching it. What's his name? Who's the Belarusian guy, the heavyweight?
Which one? There's like 10 of them.
No, the Belarusian.
In the UFC?
Yeah, what's his name? The Arlovsky.
Oh, yeah, Andrei Arlovsky. Yeah.
Oh, the Belarusian.
Is Belarusian or Belarusian?
Belarusian.
I feel like we need to look that up.
Pretty sure it's Belarusian.
Okay.
Those fact checkers out there.
But yeah, he looked good too.
Well, here's my question. He's 42.
He's old.
He's
still fighting?
He's now 31 and 20. He's been knocked out a lot. I'm
Yeah.
like, why are these guys fighting? And it's like, because the way that I realize the way that they really get paid is they get paid based on the show up. It's not based on so much performance or the pay-per-views. It's really just based to show up. Do you
At this age.
in general, a lot of these fighters who if they're not like if not their main card or the main attraction in terms of like a pay-per-view, they're not getting that revenue. So they're just getting paid to show up. So
He still won.
So
he did win, but he's like, it's more like, be smart. If I get knocked out, if I get hate, like dazed or whatever, go to the mat, like get choked out or something like that. Like don't.
So
It just seems off to like that these guys are just going. I don't think they get paid enough. As my point is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
this may be a sore spot for Ahmed. So could you explain to us what happened to your boy, the former Missouri Tiger,
Ben Askren?
Funky Ben,
It's
this past
embarrassing.
weekend?
I think it was an early stoppage.
It was definitely was that a boxing referee, like a legit boxing referee?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, at the end of the day, the more I think about it, it's like he got
all right.
paid-
So this is
he
my
got paid
question.
$500,000.
Okay, so I agree with that, but let's go right. Do you think it was a dive? I'll answer first, right? I think it was a dive, not a dive in a sense of as soon as I get touched, I'm going to the ground and it's over. But it was a planned dive, like I'm not going to train. You know, as soon as like I'm in any type of trouble, like it was a hit to the temple, right? But whether he was out, I highly doubt that.
Explain the first part of it you were talking about before like
Taking a dive, meaning
like not getting trained and just gonna.
Oh, yeah. So he didn't. It didn't look like he trained. I mean, he looked like a dope boy to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always looked.
And
good.
then
He looked worse.
he definitely looked worse.
Well, he didn't cut weight though, because he weighed in at 190 something.
Yeah, but even though he didn't cut weight, I mean, he didn't look like he had done any physical activity.
Oh man, look at his college wrestling days. He still looked like that. His
No.
Olympic wrestling. Yeah,
I think he's trying to compare. He's
if he
trying to make
wasn't
like
cutting
the
weight.
Paul Pierce comparison. You know what I mean? Paul Pierce never looked in shape, but his also.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
He was never going to be chiseled.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like
He's
if he
never
if
gonna
he
be-
never
he's some
cut weight,
people's
he would
body
still
type,
look kind of like
Yeah.
he still would have like the love handle look.
Not
doesn't-
not that bad.
Yeah, he doesn't like lift much. He's not super athletic. Obviously, he's the elite
Yeah.
caliber like MMA
The other-
fighter. But still.
The point is, I agree with you in terms of the fact that like
It was a
hey,
plan.
he wasn't ever going in there to win.
Yeah. Because he was winning $500K, whether he won, whether he got knocked out, whether he submitted, which they weren't going to submit because it was a boxing match, but whether they went the distance to 5 rounds.
Yeah, I agree that he probably didn't give it his 100%, but he did get clipped. Like if you watch,
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That's what
like the slow mos, he
Yeah.
definitely looked out of it, and I can understand where the ref is coming from because
Yeah.
he walks funny.
Well, because he got a hip replacement.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like he walks funny. I feel like he could have gone on a little further, but then it's just whatever because nothing good would have come out from.
Because how
more
old is he?
rounds.
He's in his 30s, isn't he?
Like 30, 39.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so close to 40.
Yeah, he's an old dude. But yeah, my issue with it is like now obviously they're getting paid more.
Yeah.
Because he made more in that in that 5 minutes than he did in his entire UFC career.
Yeah.
So, you're
So
going
why
to see
wouldn't you?
guys that want to do it more. Like Tyron Woodley actually called out some guys. That'll be fun.
That's
next week.
another.
Jake Paul, right?
That's one.
I
That's
think
another
so.
one of Ahmed's boys.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with Tyron Woodley calling out like Jake Paul because he could probably not.
He'll let his hands go.
Yeah, he'd let his hands go.
You think
Jake,
so?
Against Jake Paul, yeah.
Because
fuck him up.
Jake Paul actually is an aggressor, so he'll go forward.
Yeah. So I don't think, and then Tyron Woodley definitely has better stand up than Ben Askren.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, but the whole thing, here's what the problem is like you're gonna see like, he technically like, what is Jake Paul like in your amateur eye view of like
Celebrity boxing?
He's not even really an amateur level, right?
No,
he's
because
very
he's
amateur level.
he's fought another.
Do you think he's any good at amateur level? Not even professional level, just
At the amateur level, no. I think he's decent. If he actually consistently trains, which I mean, he's shown that he actually is trying to do something, then he could be good because he does look to have power. He's not a small dude, and he is athletic. I mean, look at him and his brother. They're actually legitimate. They were legitimate wrestlers.
Yeah.
So,
do you think that there's going to be an uptick of dumbasses that walk into MMA gyms?
Oh, for sure.
Challenge
for
motherfuckers.
for sure, I'm hoping for it. I hope
Or
it happens.
jiu-jitsu gyms and shit.
Dude,
like
I'm
that.
hoping for
I feel
it.
like there's like you can never was it even like what do you call it? What's the word?
I don't know. You're looking for a.
Underestimate the fucking the stupidity of some people these days.
No, there have been people actually saying that like Jake Paul's like one of the best of our generation, which is obviously it's dumb.
Yeah.
But like I do want to. I am hoping for someone to walk through the door and be like, I can beat y'all up because Jake Paul can beat y'all up.
You want to go back to your enforcer days?
Oh yeah, man, dude, I will box. I will box. I'll get in there and box. I'll fight Jake Paul.
I just think it needs to stay in its own lane, meaning it's celebrity boxing. It's It's for entertainment. It's not.
That's what
to
Triller
me. It's
is,
not
though.
a sport, right? It's not.
What is Triller? I didn't even know what it was.
So someone explained it to me this way, where the WWE is to wrestling, like wrestling in like MMA, what Triller is to boxing. It's just like more of a show, kind of freak show thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you have like random people. What was the first fight was like this dude with like
Didn't some dude get
50
hit in the
fights.
nuts? Oh,
Yeah, he got hit in the nuts.
and then he went out on a stretcher, didn't he?
Yeah, that was the co-main.
I'm like, don't they wear? I mean,
They wear metal cups.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a freak show thing. But the first fight was this dude with 50 fights, like 50 pro fights, and this guy that's like never fought in his
Joe
life.
Blow, yeah.
So it's just like it's freak show fights.
See,
Freak
the
show
only
boxing.
time I like that is the old school Pride when it's like, yo, look at this massive dude versus this small dude, and just
we're gonna take this dude with no legs and this other guy with no arms. We're gonna tie them together. We're gonna fucking fight a tiger.
What was it? The original freak show fight or something, where Muhammad Ali and that Japanese dude. You guys ever hear about that one?
No.
So the Japanese dude is like a shoot wrestler, right? Like a catch wrestler, and then obviously Muhammad Ali is like a boxer. And apparently, right before they went out there in the locker room, Ali's guys went up to the Japanese dude and was like, "Hey, you can't take him down." And it's like, "What do you mean?" It's like you can't take him down. Just don't take him down. And it's like, okay. And so the guy goes out there and. Obviously, he's not going to stand there.
He just gets lit up.
No, he sits on his butt and just starts butt scooting towards Ali. You can watch this on YouTube, I think, but like it's the weirdest shit ever because what the hell is Ali going to do? And what the hell is the Japanese guy going to do? And so it's just like 15 minutes of him butt scooting and Ali backing up.
that's
Hilarious.
So
Were you?
That's just like Cyborg and your boy Brendan Schaub. Remember?
my boy Brendan Schaub.
That's your boy.
Nah.
Yeah.
hey man,
How is he
he was shutting down his game. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never
Listen.
started on my when somebody's. We always start standing. In
I
high
just
school.
love that somebody put the Benny Hill music to it, and it's like, and they're just like going around. That was hilarious.
No, yeah, those are the that was definitely an embarrassing fight for everyone. But
Yeah.
The free show fights.
Back to the dive thing. So he was saying, even the day before, he's like, "Hey, you guys are gonna," he went on Twitter. Ben went on Twitter and was like, "You're gonna get the entertainment that you paid for."
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day, like after the fight, he was like, "Don't say I didn't tell you. That's what you were gonna get." So that's why I'm like, it was a plan. Like in my opinion, nobody should have taken it seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't take it serious.
I
Like
didn't
it
buy
was a
it,
serious
so
fight.
I'm
Neither
good.
did
Well,
I.
we're actually we're legitimate like martial artists, so
Right.
we know like what's real and what's not. But then the vast majority of people, the people that actually watched it, and then who it's catered to, they're not gonna know. They're not gonna care. They're just gonna say like, "Oh, this guy's clearly a superior guy because he knocked out a dude with no hands."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, if he knocked out him, who else can he knock out? I'm like, let's
yeah.
not get too
and
excited.
it doesn't help also that it's boosting his ego.
Did he knock out Nate Robinson too?
yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
knocked
knocked
out
him?
Robinson.
Oh, he knocked him out brutally,
Yeah.
dude. Nate
But
didn't get
he
up.
trained up really well for that fight, right? And knocked him out.
There's his brother fight too.
I don't know.
Logan Paul. He fought
Some
the other
influencer,
YouTube,
didn't he?
the
Yeah.
other YouTuber twice. First time was a draw. Second time he lost.
KSI, I think is the guy's name.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know who these guys
Yeah,
are.
neither do I.
I mean I don't know the whole story. I just know the two of them, the Paul brothers, and I guess KSI has a brother too, but it was just like a
It's
brother
like four
versus
white
brother.
belts fighting. Like,
Basically. Yeah.
Hey man, but and one of them has a girlfriend that got stolen by Dylan Dennis, or the other way around.
no, that way around. I mean, that way.
Well,
That way.
Dylan Dennis doesn't have girlfriends.
Come on.
Apparently they're supposed to fight too. Dylan Dennis.
Dude, I'm
is
gonna
supposed
tell
to-
you right now.
He's trying to fight everybody.
He's
That's what he says.
He
Yeah.
gets caught up in this shit, man. But do you remember like his heyday as a brown belt?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was a beast, man.
He was fucking phenomenal, man. He was so fun to watch
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu, man. He was so good. And I had to like he's probably the most exciting jiu-jitsu fighter that I watched that year when he was brown belt and he's beating motherfuckers at Copa Podio and he won Pan Ams and he's so good, man.
I mean, the thing is, like, I feel like that's wasted talent.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
he just sits around and
I
calls people
forgot
out.
if it was him or Keenan that gave Gordon his hardest fight one year at ADCC.
It had to have been Keenan.
His
No,
Dylan-
no, it was Dylan.
Dylan.
It was Dylan.
It was
Yeah.
Dylan.
Gave him a real hard. Like even Gordon like admitted it. Like
He told him, what's his name, DeBlas, when he was like, yeah, all this shit talking they were doing, but whatever, he's a fucking man. He came up here and did his shit. He fucking fought hard. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
see, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, wasted talent. Just
Did-
go out there and do it.
yeah. Did you
Stop
see the
talking about
most
it.
recent thing? They're like, nobody's signing up to fight Gordon, but people are lining up to fight Craig Jones. And I say fight, but grapple.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, people are just lining up around the corner to fight Craig Jones. Craig Jones.
Because he fights some bikini briefs.
Maybe. Who knows? Hey, it's
When's he supposed to fight
Craig and his banana
Gabby
hammock.
Garcia?
Oh,
Is that really happening?
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't know, man. He
I
keeps
mean, she
post-
came out. She's like, "I fight anybody, anytime." And
Yeah, he
Craig's
keeps-
like,
he
"All right,
keeps
I'll fight
posting
you."
about it. Yeah, he keeps posting about it.
I think they're
He's
just
posted a bunch of.
trolling. I think they're just trolling.
He posted like a video of like Gabby like pole dancing.
Is it really her?
I think so.
I
I don't know. I haven't seen a girl that big. But
But my thing. So why don't? I mean, I guess because they're on the same team. But
they're on the
I'd
same
want
team
to see.
now.
No, but who? Craig and
Gordon Ryan.
Yeah, I'd want to see that.
The white team?
Didn't they?
The-
Didn't they fight each other before?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, like once or twice. But I don't know, man. I
I want to see another Felipe Pena, the third.
I don't think that's.
If you're
gonna
Philippe
happen either.
Pinnon, why are you incentivized to do it? Because he's asked him, he said straight up, he's like, I've done you, fight you twice in no-gi, beat you twice in no-gi, fight me in gi. And he still hasn't done it.
Yeah.
Why would you do it as Philippe Pinnon? Your legacy's sold.
Yeah.
I'm the one motherfucker that's beat Gordon Ryan in no-gi. Twice.
Isn't there somebody else to beat him? No.
Not in recent memory.
I can remember. I don't think so.
I mean, clearly, when you say who's beating Gordon Ryan, the first thing
Yeah,
that comes to
Felipe
mind
Pena is
is
the first name. Yeah.
I mean, Gordon Ryan lost back in like,
Prom belt days,
He's lost
like,
before,
like-
but like that was like when he was like super young. I mean, he's only 25.
I mean, his current win streak is in the 20s, isn't it, or 30s?
It's high.
think-
It's really high. It's
Yeah.
years of domination, basically.
I don't know. I don't really,
What were you guys' thought on his fight versus Wagner?
I didn't watch it. But I heard it's pretty good.
They were talking shit the whole time.
Yeah.
Most of the time. But it's like
He got triangled, right?
there was did he get triangled? I think he did. At the end. But there was one. So Gordon was on his back, and it went from body triangle to hooks to body triangle, back and forth. And then kept the body triangle. But as he was going over under or both unders, Wagner just kept his arms out, and I think he was baiting because he didn't want to like. If you commit to something, then that's when your arm gets taken.
Over unders from the back.
Yeah. Like Wagner was just holding his arms out throughout the match. Whenever Gordon took his back, just holding his arms out.
Oh, the ragdoll.
And you would think, and you would think, if you're gonna hold your arms out, I'm seatbelt and
yeah.
But no.
That's the ragdoll technique. I do that sometimes.
But also, Gordon said, "Hey, I'm gonna beat you up for at least 6 minutes or 8 minutes or something like that."
I thought what I read is that he said, "I'm going to tap you at this time with this type of submission."
No, that was for other folks.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a little more respect here.
Mystic Ryan right there.
Yeah. Even though Wagner weighed in at just over 200, and Gordon, but that could have been with a belly foot of water or something. I don't know. Because what does he walk around at?
I can't imagine him walking
I feel like he definitely bumped up though.
Yeah.
He had to bump up.
Because he fights lightweight in ADCC.
Yeah.
Regardless,
Which is crazy.
Gordon Ryan is the best at no-gi that I've ever seen. Even though he lost to Felipe Pena, he's fucking amazing. He's really good.
So,
Yeah.
would you say he's better in no-gi than Marcelo Garcia?
What do you mean? Like
That's a black and white question.
Fuck.
no,
That's
no,
all.
no, it's not. No, it's
That's a
not.
black and white question. Because
But
There-
you got to think of that in
when's
pound
the
for
last
pound,
time?
you know?
So when's the last time Gordon Ryan beat someone bigger than him? Marcelo Garcia beat Rico Rodriguez.
Yeah, I mean, well, how big is Buchecha?
I mean, there's the weight difference is not, the size
Yes,
difference is not.
It's not. But Buchecha is Buchecha. Buchecha is an ADCC champion.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like Marcelo has done the same, but with bigger guys at the same skill level. Like,
I'm not even talking about absolute. I don't care about that. Pure grappling wise, I didn't think about Marcelo. He brings up a really good point.
Hey,
Marcelo is fucking
yeah,
phenomenal.
I was gonna say Marcelo. I think like pound for pound, technically,
Marcelo is fucking.
as in like technique wise, obviously, is bar none.
Kron's really good too. That run at that lightweight, that one time that he submitted everybody was pretty.
he doesn't
Yeah,
have
but-
enough accolades, in my opinion.
I would agree.
I would totally agree, but I feel like that one run that he had when he won, and he submitted Gary Tonin. Who else he submitted? JT Torres, on some other guys. He fucked him up. You know, that was pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
But I think overall continuous, consistent performance. Marcelo at ADCC was
Otherwise known as the human back.
But the fact, I mean, at the end of the day, is like he's done it in multiple ways, right? He's a multiple world champion in gi, multiple world champion in no gi, multiple
Like
ADCC
organizations
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like all these.
at multiple weights.
Yeah,
MMA not his forte though. Just gonna put that out there.
How often is jiu-jitsu guy gonna have a good transition to MMA?
Was he 1-1 or is he 0-2?
he was Owen. He was no contest, just one no contest. He got cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right after as soon as he started. He wasn't. It's okay. He tried. I did. No.
I'd rather
What
see
are you
him
gonna do? Talk
jiu-jitsu
shit about
any day.
Marcelo Gracie?
Hell no.
Well, I
Hell
think
no.
so. To your point about Gordon Ryan, I would agree that currently he is obviously the best no-gi guy, and I want to counter you because I think Felipe Pena should at least consider it to do again in no-gi.
Why?
Because I mean, how long ago?
You already won 2 out of 3. If you
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But how long ago was that?
I mean,
Within the past 5 years.
it was in for sure.
Gordon Ryan's like 20.
No, it's not like. And also, let's face it, Felipe Pena is not much older than Gordon Ryan.
Yeah, but like
Maybe tops 2 years older.
I feel like Felipe Pena was more experienced and established at that point when they went at each other.
In gi,
Yeah, but still,
he was more established.
I don't know. I just want to see it.
Felipe Pena is currently 29 years of age.
How old is Gordon?
Gordon Ryan is currently 25 years of age.
So he's 4 years older.
Now, we can say that Felipe Pena has been training significantly longer
Sure.
than Gordon Ryan.
You can also say that
At least
Felipe
4
Pena
years.
has probably dedicated his time mostly to the gi.
Yeah.
Yes. But what do they say? How do you get great at no-gi? By training
I don't know if that's the case.
gi.
May-
What?
Yeah, sure, but like, I mean,
That's what they say. I'm
Back
just saying.
then.
That's what they
Back
say.
then,
That's what they
back
say.
then.
That's what they
He's
say.
training no gi and he's making it look like
Did you
then,
not watch Arte Suave where Marcelo Garcia was like, I only train in the gi and I fight in no gi? And he's like, because, again, you train with different people, different bodies, change your grip.
But his school now, he trains one day gi, one day no gi in New York. However, what I'll say is, just let's go back to Felipe Pena. We're talking. I feel like we're talking about jiu-jitsu. We keep on talking about Gordon Ryan. Felipe Pena, like I watched him at a black belt submission league, just like
that was put on by IBJJF, right?
No, it was whatever, some Brazilian thing that was on YouTube. Man, he was fighting gi, fucking amazing, man. He's awesome. He's so good at just. Like you could just tell some people are set up and they're so smart about the way they compete. His techniques, like he's going against some of the newer guys who are doing like worm guard stuff, and didn't matter, man. His guards somehow always looks like he's in trouble, not really ever in trouble. Sweeps, passes, takes the back, just normal shit. He's just really just phenomenal guys who kind of just transcend. Like he'll be really good for a while. He was good when he's younger. He'll be good when he's older too. He's just good, like similar to like Hodger.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, Hodger can just.
Yeah, Hodger was like the master of the basics too. Like it didn't matter what.
A mounted
you knew.
cross choke.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you knew. He's gonna do a regular guard pass, mount, and that was it.
Yeah, and he has his little judo trips that he does. And
he's also huge too. This is probably the biggest Gracie out of all of them. Massive.
That's
dude.
why me seeing. That's why when people are like, "Who was the best?" I'm like, Marcelo against him, Marcelo against Jacare.
Yeah, those are fucking crazy. But he never beat those guys.
Oh, I mean, look at them compared to him.
Jacare was also a beast.
Jacare was a monster.
Yeah.
That's an
what
example.
He subbed him with? Like he subbed him with
Kimura.
Yeah.
I'm chilling with the Kimura Nogi.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah, that's an example of a guy that could transition to MMA.
But he also put your boy out.
He put a Shaolin out. Yeah. That was the first. If you ever look up Vitor Shaolin on YouTube, the first video that pops up is always Marcelo choking him out in less than like 10 seconds.
Guillotine, right? Oh no, rear naked choke.
Rear naked choke. It wasn't even fully on. He just got it so quickly. It just got fucking.
Well, literally, I mean, think about it. Your adrenaline is through the roof. Your blood is pumping fast, and all they did was those two little hoses went and
gone.
Night.
He wasn't getting tapped though.
Nah,
he was getting tapped. And that's the crazy thing is Shaolin was a fucking monster.
Mm-hmm.
Like he beat Leo Vieira like twice in no-gi over in that ADCC already at that point. So he's coming in like nothing.
I like watching those, but I also like watching the Waleed matches because there was so much intensity.
Waleed?
Yeah.
Talking shit.
He's dojo storming.
Oh, he definitely dojo stormed some dudes.
Oh, and they're not doing jiu-jitsu. They're like, that's where combat jiu-jitsu started. Stroll in, we're here to take your mats.
Yep.
Dude, I've heard some stories about like dojo wars in Brazil, where like one guy like disrespects another dude, and like it's just like a chain reaction of calling up your homies, and then you got like freaking 30-some black belts and brown belts just standing around waiting for someone to make a move.
Ooh.
I don't know how I'd feel about that if like a bunch of other dudes.
Oh, it's definitely not gonna happen here, man.
No way.
People just pull out their
Lawsuits flying,
guns.
everybody. Oh yeah, that dude.
That's true. They pull out their guns.
This is the South.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
No, that'd be scary. That was also back in the day when they didn't really have mats either. Guy knew was like from Fortaleza, telling me about like one of the ways they settled it was they just picked the best guy from each side, and they would just duke it out, and then whoever won, that side won, and the other side just went home.
Wow.
It's easier. Nobody dies. Everybody
Just one person dies.
Just one person dies.
You sacrifice your greatest warrior. It's like Troy.
Yeah. Troy, like when he goes out and that's nobody will know
fucking
your
Achilles
name.
and what's his name?
He tells the child that.
Man, speaking of which, you're gonna watch the new was it 261 with Usman?
Who's in that? Who's fighting?
Usman, Masvidal,
Ooh.
Valentina, Andrade, and Whaley and Rose.
Only fight I'm interested in watching is Whaley and Rose.
I think that's gonna be a barn burner.
Thug Rose?
I don't think so. I think
You don't think so?
Whaley's gonna
Rose?
fuck her up.
I don't know, man. Nami Yunus has some hands. She just doesn't have a lot
What
of
do
power.
you think about her talking all
Thug
that
Rose.
bullshit, Chinese shit? You know,
She's just. I mean, I don't
you're so fucking apologetic, dude. Take a goddamn stand. Stick up for your people.
know. No, man.
Quit being an Uncle Chang.
The thing is,
Stop drinking the tea, bro.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's like she's talking out of her ass, and then obviously,
But
like,
why is that okay?
well, because
She's obviously trying to.
she's trying to get
is it
under
She's
his
clickbait?
skin.
but she's trying to promote by
clickbait.
dogging this Wei Li, who's there's nothing that we know about Wei Li being like, oh, I'm confined. They're under the same fucking manager. She's like she's saying
Are
some
they?
bullshit. Yeah, she's like she's controlled like the communist regime. She can't do anything. I'm
Oh,
fine.
isn't that the Sucker Punch, right?
What?
The-
Yeah,
the
they're managed by
Sucker
Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
They're managed by the same fucking manager.
Yeah, man. But like the thing is, I also feel like Rose isn't that smart.
Well,
Thug Rose, bro.
yeah. Well, I mean, because
She's not the sharpest tool in the shed.
she married Pat Barry when she was 13.
That's called grooming, man.
Oh yeah.
But no, like
That guy should have beat what's in Czech Congo.
You're bringing some bullshit. Jesus.
Man, that's the first thing that comes
Hey,
up
man,
is when he
he's a
like
warrior, man.
First thing I think of is him.
Czech Congo got knocked out twice.
How old were they when they got married or whatever? They got married older, but she was
there's definitely a big age difference between them.
huge.
But
Then we got knocked out by Crow Crop. None of y'all remember this?
Who's the one being controlled? No, buddy. It's called grooming.
I don't know, man.
It's called grooming. I'm fucking
no.
I'm fucking here for Wei Li, and she's doing it for the
Oh, yeah,
she's doing it for the Chinese people.
I hope she wins. I hope she
Oh,
wins
she-
because I hope
What do you mean dude, she's gonna beat the living shit out of her. That girl's a fucking monster.
maybe.
Wei Li is a fucking monster.
I think it's because it sounds really close to Holy, and you're like, "He's a monster."
I would take Wei Li over
Holy.
I think the way Whaley wins is she's gonna drown her. That's about it. I think she's gonna drown her.
Drown her?
Yeah, because I'm not. I could see it happening, but I'm not confident in a knockout.
Oh, I'm not saying whether she knocks her out. I think she's going to beat the living shit.
Yeah, that's what
out
I'm
of
saying. She's gonna drown her.
her. Like I don't think
'Cause-
it'll be remotely close.
Yeah, if you
Like how-
watch the Andrade fight,
You know
eventually, if it was a 5-round fight, then she would have been drowned because there's a lot of pressure towards the end.
right? Not the way like Khabib will fuck people up for 5 rounds.
I'd say like how Nick Diaz used to do it, where it just like punch you, just pepper your face until you're breathing out of your mouth, and
No,
then
no,
She can
dude.
still take
Every
you
time
down,
you-
though, too.
every-
she can
oh.
still.
Dude,
She's got.
did you see the fight? Whaley's fight with Jessica Aguilar.
Mm-mm.
God, that's mauling. Like that's
She's-
Khabib style mauling. She was elbowing the shit out of her, punching the shit out of her, and then she just got her in a triangle. Just no respect for her
she's
jiu-jitsu
like, "All right,
whatsoever.
I'm ready to go."
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And if
know,
it
man.
doesn't happen,
I hope it's gonna be a
Then
good
you're
fight,
gonna
though.
feel bad for not sticking up for your people. Knowing that you have the new Chinese hero is a woman named Wei Li.
Hey man,
if
fuck-
you come to
fuck
jiu-jitsu
Chinese.
and when you're leaving, there's a rose on your.
There's gonna be a little red star.
Yeah, she's
No, I think all 3 championship fights, I can see them all being one-sided like bops, but I would hope they
Usman's
wouldn't
gonna
be.
beat the shit out of Jorge.
God, dude, I hope he knocks him out or something. I hope he finishes him. I'm
I'm
sick of
I'm down with
Masvidal.
Jorge
Yeah.
too.
I'm sick of Masvidal.
You're not sick of Jorge.
Well, because here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. So Rose is trying to sell the fight.
Mhm.
Masvidal is just trying to make like he's doing what like he's got an undeserved title shot. When you got guys like
Yeah.
Leon Edwards, like Colby Covington, like Stephen Thompson waiting for fights,
I don't
and
have as
Masvidal
big-
comes back after a whole year for the same exact fight, saying that he's
he
going to
coming
win
back
just
off
because he has a
injury?
longer
Yeah.
camp.
That's not that big of a deal to me.
But like the thing
That's not
is
his
like
fault.
he's saying that last time it was, he lost because he didn't have a full camp. When anyone who's anyone should be preparing for the champ no matter what.
Yeah.
So it's on him for being a lazy fuck.
Listen,
And,
Miami will do
you
it to
know,
you.
It's a bad heel turn, is all I'm saying, man. You go from
Yeah.
knocking out Darren Till in spectacular fashion, beating Ben Askren in spectacular fashion.
BMF belt.
Yeah. Absolutely mauling Nate Diaz.
hmm
And then just sitting on your ass, complaining, making money, and originally, in fact, this is the worst part for me because I'm a big advocate of paying the fighters better,
hmm
and he was, up until he made money.
Do you just change the subject, but not really? The term like paying fighters money. And this all comes down to like we were talking about with some of these guys that are just getting paid to show up. I read a lot of stuff online about why fighters should unionize and why the UFC is completely against it. Do you know anything about unioniz? Why fighters should or should not unionize, or like what's the arguments behind it? What's the arguments for?
So I think they should, because it's a better way for them to get organized and come together and decide, look, this is what we should be getting paid when we first start out. This is what we should be getting paid as champions.
Let's just talk. So
would that take away from the definition of prize fighting? No.
Well, is it prize? Like, do they want to be considered prize fighting?
They're contracted employees the same way like Duke Energy contracts out to electricians companies to say, hey, or contractors to come out and do work. They're contracted employees. They're not really they're not W-2 employees, right?
Yeah.
So my question is, if you're unionized, you're just talking about the theory of what a union is. I understand that. My question is, what should they get if you're a union? If they're unionized,
what should they get?
Yeah, whether it's the type of compensation or how they're compensated, or like the perks, the benefits, those types of things.
Yeah, all those things they need, because like when you think about it,
they're not getting medical benefits.
No, they're not getting any of that. So they should be getting paid more, right? That's fair. Mm-hmm. Everyone should be getting paid more, especially for these guys who are literally killing themselves.
Yeah, you shouldn't make $3,000 and you just like beat yourself up.
Like who's that one fighter not too long ago who had like fight of the night, fight of the year contender, and like literally during his interview after the fight, like right after the fight, he's like, they're like asking him like, how do you feel? Like, what are you gonna do? And
was it
like,
Mike Perry?
No, he's like, it was some Hispanic guy. He's like, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna go back to my job, my 9 to 5, because I don't make enough. He made like 10,000 off that fight.
So,
and on top of that, like the Drakkar Close situation from so this past weekend, Drakkar Close was supposed to fight Jeremy Stevens.
Oh, then he pushed him.
He pushed him, and then basically
he collapsed his ribcage, right?
No. Basically, he had whiplash.
Oh, his neck.
Yeah, he had whiplash, and he had a concussion.
Who had a concussion?
Drakkar Close.
Oh,
and like he was like throwing up everywhere and like close to fainting. Had to go to the hospital and not getting his fighter pay. He's not getting his show pay, even though it's not his fault.
He made his weight, right?
Made his weight. Yeah, and he's like literally, it's the day before he wanted to fight, and it's like they're not going to pay him, even though it wasn't his fault and it was outside fighting.
At the weigh-in, after they weighed in, they face off.
Yeah, and you're like super dehydrated and you're weak at your weakest point, technically.
And
he shoved him right in, like hard shove.
Yeah, he went off the screen.
Oh,
yeah, like it was bad shove.
Yeah. So Stevens doesn't get paid either.
Yeah, but then that's aside from the point, because now you got Drakkar paying these medical bills and his team for a full camp.
Yeah,
that he doesn't
and what I don't understand is like the way I understand how unions work. It's like part of say if I get paid $100 in a month, just for sake of math purposes, from the company that I offered services for, the union takes a percentage of it. So say it's 10%. So they take $10 of my paycheck per month.
Yeah.
That $10 goes towards what? My medical benefits.
Insurance.
My life insurance. It goes towards beneficiaries of whatever. It could go through whatever perks and things that I get from a union. So it's not like socialized anything. It's it's a privatized entity that I'm paying money to that then gives me this things that I need to be able to survive and take care of myself or my family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't understand where is the pushback coming from?
The hard part is that's also
as in why don't fighters do it now?
Yeah, because that's another person you have to pay out of your.
There's a lot of fighters that are saying they're advocating for it, and then what I'm hearing is that the big promotions like the UFC are saying no, and I don't understand why they're saying what.
Well, because when you think about it. The union can bring the UFC into it and say, look, you're making a lot of money.
They're going to regulate them or hold them accountable.
Yeah, like you're making a lot of money. We need more. We need a bigger percent. Like
in order to do the things that we need to do for these fighters.
Yeah, like I saw this thing where it's talking about. I think it was John Jones versus Rampage was the same time period as one of Wilder's fights, the boxing fight, and it was the same, basically a pay-per-view buyout. It's like $900K or something, and Wilder got paid 25 mil, Jones got paid 5 mil. That's a huge difference for the same amount of money.
Yeah.
In what boxing a lot of people consider is the bigger money sport. Right. Yeah. But you got this guy who's like potentially the greatest of all time and one of the best heavyweights right now. But then like there's not equal at all, like in terms of pay.
Right.
So it just to me, I think it's scummy, but there's not a lot we can do, like they can do about it because of not having the ability to do it. You know, not having the voice to say, especially for like the lower guys at the regional level as well. Who
the only way that there's things like that happens if it's federally regulated to where they say to where they're now allowing unions to happen. Yeah. So government has to get involved. I'm assuming to say now the UFC or Strike Force or.
But then what? Then you have to break down what makes you eligible for the union.
I think as long as you think of like the way that I understand it is, as soon as you sign a professional contract,
if you're a professional with the contract,
if you're a professional, then you're a professional, then you're able to.
That's why like you can approach someone like UFC or someone like Bellator or one and say like, hey, I'm going to be a part of this MMA union.
Yeah,
you know?
but you hit the nail on the head. Like a lot of the like, you know, what are like unions from back in the day went away because
they were corrupt.
Company. Well, I think you say it, or companies are corrupt. Guy. You know, like that's a capitalistic way of looking at it. But like you also have companies that were corrupt that lobbied against unions in federal government that say we don't want to be held accountable by these organizations anymore, and then took advantage of these workers.
Yeah.
You know, so it's the same thing. Why wouldn't the UFC? I'm sure the UFC's lobbies against it.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is a civil case going on right now for it, but obviously the UFC has much more like pull with their lawyers. But there's actually a case where they almost got it moving with I don't know if you guys remember back in like 2017.
Mark Hunt, right? No,
I think it's before that. Back in 2017, in the early 2017, it was GSP, TJ Dillashaw, Cowboy, bunch of other like higher profile fighters, right?
They wanted a union.
A union, and it's like almost there. It's basically to the tipping point of we're about to get legal action on this.
UFC fucked them over.
No, they all got paid out
by the UFC.
Yeah, because
they all got paid.
They tried to get all.
That's
how
GSP got the Bisping fight.
Oh,
that's how GSP got, because he didn't have a fight scheduled before that. As soon as this whole union talk came up, a couple months later, Bisping doesn't have a fight anymore. Now GSP's open. They're going to fight.
So they just incentivize them to shut the fuck up. We'll pay you this amount of money.
You know, that's
meanwhile, everybody else gets still screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's what happens with, you know, again, like I said, Jorge Masvidal, where he's saying like, I need to be paid more. I'm the baddest motherfucker or whatever. And guess what? He got paid more and he stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
And then look at John Jones. John Jones still talking about it because obviously he's asking for way too much, but he should be.
Yeah.
Because he is potentially one of the greatest of all time. He should be asking for like $10 million a fight.
He's the biggest draw.
Exactly. But then you have guys like Conor who just started with a bigger platform, and now that they are at that level, they don't need.
You can't pay him less.
Yeah, they don't need. He doesn't need to unionize.
Yeah.
He's at that level, and then you have other guys that want to get to that level, and the only way to do that is to just trash everyone else. You know, it's a top-down situation. You're going up the pyramid. You're never going down.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you have sports like, you know, NFL.
Same thing.
Make a boatload of money, but then they actually get paid a set amount.
Yeah, but there's also those contracts aren't guaranteed.
This gave me like I was gonna say the Brandon.
Those contracts aren't guaranteed, Max.
We were watching the same like small highlight video where Brandon Marshall was like yelling at two other guys. We were talking about what MLB contracts.
The NBA contracts.
NBA. Yeah, how they're guaranteed or not guaranteed, or those guys aren't getting paid, and this and that.
Yeah, it's all shitty, man.
Well, like the end of the day is like, I get people are going to make the argument that this person signed up for this, right?
Yeah,
you signed up for this. Just because I signed up for this doesn't mean the entity that's paying me shouldn't be held accountable or shouldn't be regulated at some level to be able to provide for like, well, it's your personal choice. Yeah, no fucking shit.
Yeah.
Thank you for pointing out that it's that fighter's personal choice to choose to fight, right? Maybe that's their passion. That doesn't mean they shouldn't be, doesn't mean they shouldn't be like treated as, as humans, right? So if they're getting paid for their passion, they should also be, in my opinion, they should be treated fairly by giving them the benefits that they require to help them taking care of their family if something happens to them, getting sick leave, getting, those types of things that are, or disability if something happens. Those are the things that people I think just overlook. You're getting it. Like, are you passionate about your job right now, Edgar?
Nope.
Okay. But you get you get perks, right?
I also do my job.
You do. Yeah, but so does fighters, you know what I'm saying? That's the point. Like you get those things that we kind of just take for granted, and we're like, whoa, that's your personal, like, your fucking personal choice to go to a job that you don't feel passionate about. Yeah. That's your personal choice.
No, yeah, I get that.
I think the hard part there, what's missing is like a John Jones. You see that he brings the fan, like obviously he got built up, and now the platform he's got a lot of fans. So how do you equate a John Jones versus Joe Smith that's on the undercard?
That doesn't mean just because I'm not affecting their paycheck. What I'm saying is that in terms of like, you're still paying the same. You're still paying the same. I think union is it's not even a percentage. It's a straight dollar amount, right?
I'm actually not.
At most unions, it's a straight dollar. Here's your membership that you have to pay for the year. You pay this membership. Here's what you get. It's not a percentage. So I apologize. I said that in the beginning. It's straight up. So if I'm a John Jones, I pay the dollar amount. The other fighter pays. Listen, dude, if you want to be a part of the membership, this is the dollar amount. Yeah. But both fighters get the same shit in terms of the perks and the benefits and all that stuff. Yeah. You don't need any more. That's the only thing.
I don't know. Man, I'm still for it though. But just because I understand like what it takes to get to that level, even if they are in the undercard, even if they are regional guys. Yeah. Especially if they're regional guys,
Right. Or like how much of a struggle it is for some of those people just to make ends meet, or what happens to them if they get hurt.
Yeah, because camps are expensive, man. That's the one thing people don't really see is that, like, the camp, you got to pay the coaches, you got to pay the gym, you got to pay your bills.
Equipment.
It's a lot of shit, man. That's why a lot of, like Whitaker talks about this, where a lot of that is offset because he actually owns the gym and he teaches classes.
Whitaker does?
Yeah. So he teaches jiu-jitsu, he teaches wrestling, just to not only boost his own technical knowledge, but just to make ends meet.
How's his jiu-jitsu? Does he train in the gi?
Yeah. He's was it Gracie
Humaita?
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's Ahmed's favorite.
But no, he's legit, man. He's not a slouch. He's just never on the ground. That's the issue.
Yeah. Israel is a purple belt from Atos, right?
Yeah.
Is he though?
He got it from Andre.
I mean, yeah, Andre Galvao doesn't really fuck around with giving out.
Yeah.
You see, Derek Brunson just got his black belt.
Really?
Yeah, from Henzo.
Probably isn't.
I mean, I've seen some Henzo black belts that are not.
You talking about Gordon?
Nah. No.
I don't know. You're not gonna say Derek Brunson isn't a black belt though.
I don't really. But
say it to his face.
I'm just saying, like, you could say he could be really good. It's like it's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
There's some fucking Henzo black belts that are just like what?
Name names. Who are you talking
about? They're fucking around, man. They're here. They're around in North Carolina. They know who they are. They're not coming to our school to fucking challenge us with their black belts and brown belts. Let's just say that. If they put their best man forward, we'll put our seventh man best man forward. It could be anybody.
Strong move.
I don't care.
I'll go out there.
He looks like a demon, doesn't he?
I mean, look at his breed.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
I was about to go through the door.
He's like a teddy bear. And I was like, what kind of teddy bears do you own?
Yeah. How's training? In general.
Jiu-jitsu. It's all right. I don't know. I mean, obviously with Helton here, it's fun. Get to grow with like a world-class guy. So
yeah. I like his techniques too. Lately.
Yeah, they're really interesting, and I feel like it's like a twist to what Jay normally does. Obviously, because he's bigger dude. And,
Yeah.
So it's different. I like it.
He still moves really fast though.
Yeah, for sure.
Really fast.
Man, he was rolling the other day, with, Thursday, with Jeff. Man, they were flying all over the place. I didn't know basically like 500 pounds of mass could move around like that.
Was
was
he
insane.
making Jeff flying around? Or
Yeah, he was throwing him around like a friggin' doll.
That's what, when he rolls with me, he's like, "Oh, you rolled the whole 7 minutes." I was like, "Thank you." It's more like surviving. Barely.
Yeah. I always get my back taken with him.
Yeah, kind of.
I always get my back taken by him. I mean, he could do other shit too, but I'm sure. But
Well, then, I mean, people take my back all the time. I enjoy it.
Max looks up. There's 3 minutes left. All right, you want to get this body triangle in?
so I watched. I didn't want to think this past weekend, so at night I watched the Godzilla movies.
Godzilla versus Kong.
And I watched that one second, but then I watched the Godzilla movie that was like a few years ago. Before that, it's the same. It was the prequel to this.
The first one.
Yeah.
Well, who is he fighting? The giant.
He fought the Hydra, Monster Zero.
Oh, that was the second one. King of Monsters.
What's the first one? I didn't watch
It was just Godzilla. He fights. So I'm gonna show my nerd here. So in the first one, he fights these things called Mutus, which are basically like these weird ass crab bat things.
Yeah.
That come out of the ground, out of the sea, or out of where?
They were manufactured.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think they did that kind of like to test the waters. Like, do people still want to watch Godzilla? And then the second one, they brought out the big guns because Godzilla's like ultimate rival is Ghidorah, which is like the 3-headed dragon.
Yeah.
And then there's also Mothra, who's like well known.
Monster Zero was Ghidorah.
Yeah. And then Mothra
was
like a giant moth, and Rodon, who's a giant bat. And so like those are like traditional enemies aside from King Kong. So that was the second one, and the third one obviously they brought out Kong. So
yeah, it was a movie you watch when you don't want to think, like Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, you don't watch it for the story.
Yeah, you just want to see like cool graphics and like look.
You just want to see giant dragons.
Yeah, giant. I want to see giants fight. But the other thing is like I'm pretty sure original Kong, the original King Kong, back in the day wasn't as big as the King Kong.
From like the 40s.
Yeah, that was like he was like 50 feet tall, and this Kong they have.
No, they
now,
keep making him bigger.
Yeah,
they keep and then the other thing I was sitting there watching like Godzilla's like shooting fucking
atomic bombs
out of his fucking mouth, like what is he doing? Yeah, I don't. He's shooting atomic fire out of his mouth, and he's lighting people. Like, realistically, I don't know how much Kong would do well in a fight like that.
No, he wouldn't last, man. Like the thing is, like,
but Kong can move, man. The thing about Kong is he can move, and Godzilla, I don't think it can move as well. I think that's the way that they kind of explain it.
Yeah, like I remember watching the first King Kong movie, and he was not that big. Like he could grab like a helicopter and it would be like this big.
Yeah, is that the one? That was the one in Skull Island.
Yeah, and
I thought that was pretty good.
That one was good, but
that was good. I thought that was better than any of the other ones I've seen.
Yeah, they explained the size thing as Kong at that point was like a kid, and then he just grew up.
He just got bigger.
Yeah, but I mean,
times like 100.
Yeah,
it's just for the story, man. There's no way a giant gorilla is fighting a nuclear powered dragon.
Yeah, it just keeps on getting stronger with radioactivity.
Yeah.
Like we keep on feeding it.
Did you watch it yet?
No. I watched the Skull Island King Kong.
Oh, that's so it's like that. But I think Skull Island was dope. Skull Island to me was better than any of them.
It had a nice story.
The Skull Island?
Yeah. I think the story was more on
I think
track.
I thought it was better. And it was better acted. Like you have Adrian Brody and
yeah,
whoever that one chick is. I don't remember her name is. She's a pretty good actress.
Brie Larson.
Yeah, she's good. Is it Brie Larson?
Yeah, it's Brie Larson.
Wait, who's Brie Larson?
Captain Marvel.
That's not her.
It is her, dude. I think
that is
pretty
not
sure.
Brie Larson in fucking.
Was it
Skull
not?
Island. No way.
IMDb it.
Yeah, I'm about to look up right now. The lady that's in Skull, the one in Godzilla versus Kong. She's been in some other shit that I've seen. She's like a British actress. She's pretty good. Kong Skull Island, 2017.
Shit, 2017. Goddamn.
Yeah. Jesus, you're fucking right.
See, I told you.
God
See,
damn
I told you. I recognize those jawbones anywhere.
Oh wait, this is Skull Island.
Yeah, is it not? It's the one in sepia tone, like they filmed it in Mexico.
I didn't watch Skull Island then.
Oh, which one did you watch?
I watched the one with Adrian Brody.
Adrian, bro. Oh, that's old.
It was that in black and white?
No, that's the one with Jack Black, right?
Yeah. What's that one?
That's like the original story. I think that's just called King
2000
Kong.
is that 2005?
Yeah, it's old. It's old, man.
Yeah, that one was good though. They're okay, guys. Don't worry about it. That one, I like that one. Who's in that one? Is that 2005, right?
I don't remember the girl's name.
Yeah, it's Naomi Watts. That's Naomi Watts. Brie Larson. I didn't watch the Brie Larson one. Should I watch that one?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
The next night that you don't want to think, that's when you.
I'll tell you one thing, man. Like Samuel L. Jackson's in that one, and like
He's
I
the
don't
same
know,
guy.
He's
in
very hit or
everything.
miss.
Huh?
Very, very hit or miss.
Samuel L.
in terms of-
Jackson?
in terms of movies, yeah, because he's in so many
Oh,
that it's hard
yeah.
to know which one is good, like which one he's good in. And I'll be honest, he's not that good in this one. I didn't like him as a character.
He really, I feel like for me, like came out on a high with Pulp Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are they doing?
Just running around.
Do you want me to tell them? I don't know.
No.
It's fine.
We can either that or come back inside. They're bored. Yes. So yeah, Pulp Fiction was the big thing for him, and then there's some other movies that he's been in. I don't know that he's
He's been in a
Versus
lot, man.
Denzel. You
Yeah,
know
Denzel.
Denzel's in the
Man,
movie.
Denzel, man.
Hey.
Fuck.
He's so fucking good.
Wasn't you the one that told me that?
Do you see him in The Equalizer?
Yeah.
You see the second one?
I
Yeah.
haven't
I
seen
have.
it.
Oh man, the second one's good.
Really?
Yeah.
It's I don't think the story is as good, but the action, man. Oh man.
He's awesome, man. He's
My-
been fucking good. You know what movie? Okay, so here's top Denzel movies.
Training Day.
Training Day is up there.
John Q.
Training Day is which is John Q. Which one is the one that he's in Mexico?
Man of Fire.
Man on Fire. Oh,
yeah, that one.
yeah.
Yeah. So
The man gave us life.
top 5 for me, and most people haven't seen the first one. I don't know if you, because he plays he plays the same character but two.
Remember the
different
Titans.
two different
Yeah. What?
variations, two different variations of him. Malcolm X.
I haven't seen it.
He's fucking phenomenal in it. He's so good.
Should watch that one.
It's a really good movie.
Isn't that from the 90s?
Yeah, it's like Malcolm. It's what's his name movie? What's the guy?
Spike
Lee.
Spike Lee.
So that he's in that. He's amazing in that. That's for me is number 1. Training Day is number 2.
Training Day is number 2.
Remember
you
the
motherfucker.
Titans is number 3.
Mm.
Glory is number 4.
Glory.
Glory, the Civil War movie.
What about the?
When he's crying and he's getting whipped.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What about the one where he's a mobster in in New York?
Oh fuck,
Bro.
Oh, dude, American Gangster.
American
right?
Gangster.
That's the
bro.
one. Dude,
That's the one right there.
That's the one he won an Academy Award for.
Yeah, like
Did he win for that or Training Day?
it couldn't have been Training because Training Day was supporting actor. Was he the main actor in that?
He was the
He was
main.
the main.
actor.
I thought
Him
Ethan,
and,
I thought Ethan
Ethan
Hawke.
No,
Hawke.
Ethan Hawke was the supporting.
Oh, really?
He was the main actor. I think he won for American Gangster.
I remember he was the villain in Training Day. I like that.
Yeah.
That's the reason I like it so much because we rarely see him in a villain role.
He was a great villain.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We rarely see it.
He was
but
super good.
no, I like John Q.
What was the
That
movie
shit
he
Was it
was
John
in?
Q again?
That shit makes me tear up. The one where he's his son's in the hospital, and he needs a heart transplant.
Oh yeah.
And he
I
holds
remember
the
that.
hospital
Holds
hostage.
Yeah.
My son.
Yeah.
The
My
one
son.
I didn't watch, which I think he was the one that was the main character, was the functioning alcoholic that was a pilot.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh,
one either.
yeah, I know what you're
You know
talking about.
what
I
I'm-
haven't seen that one either.
I haven't seen it either.
haven't
I'm
seen
kind of like hesitant to see it because it didn't get very good reviews.
Yeah.
And all his other movies are just like
Yeah,
classics.
Denzel's the man.
Man
I'll,
on
I'll
Fire.
watch any
is-
Denzel
Man on
movie.
is so good. That one's like he's.
You know he's never been in a sequel. The only one he's been
The
in.
Equalizer.
That's the first one.
Oh, okay.
After like how many movies?
Yeah, true.
You
I
know
mean, you
what
can't make
movie-
another
many
Remember the
decades?
Titans.
But
Yeah.
like how many decades? Like you could have done like I don't
What?
know.
Can't do Training Day 2 because he got shot in the ass and then got beat up and killed in the hood.
That's true. Can't do any.
Can't do
movies.
Glory
So-
because he died. Can't do Malcolm X because he died.
Can't do John Q because he died.
Can't do American Gangster because he went to prison, and then he got out and there's. Like,
But by then it was
25 years
over, yeah.
later.
That's true. He's never actually been in.
he's
a movie
played a
that
lot of
offered-
like autobiographical roles,
Yeah.
right? So to Remember the Titans, Malcolm X, American Gangster was real. Like all those are real.
Yeah.
Man, you speaking of actors, the one that I wish we could have seen more of is Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest
I
in
thought you were
peace.
gonna say Heath Ledger for a second, but Chadwick.
Heath
Boseman
Ledger
definitely-
too, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Heath Ledger
for
was
sure.
is good, man.
Or
Now that
what?
Joker.
Oh, Brandon Lee. Ooh, yeah.
Who?
Brandon Lee.
Brandon, get out of here.
Brandon.
But no, like Chadwick, he played a lot of iconic roles
Yeah.
too. You know,
Yeah.
like
for sure.
John Marshall and James
I didn't see
Brown.
it. Is that good?
It's good. I like it a lot.
How's James Brown?
I didn't see that one yet.
You watch a lot of movies though, don't you, man?
I do. Yeah. He had a new one with the same like style of him being like
It says the rock bottom is Mrs. Fat. What is the one that's on Netflix? I think
he's like a trumpeter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not the main character. The
No, he's
lady
not.
is,
He's
but
supporting.
he's supposed to be really good in it too.
Man, it's just
I'm
it's
just
crazy
here with
because
it.
like he did all that with while going through like stage 3 or 4 cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never even showed signs of it. It's crazy.
Have you seen Denzel's kid in some of these movies he's done? Is it what's his name? Is it something
Clearly something Washington.
something David Washington?
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
didn't he change his last name?
No, he's still.
He said he didn't like
Want to be in his dad's shadow?
yeah, so like he wanted to get roles on his own.
Well, he's him and his like Denzel's wife, who he's still married to. Like that's his mom. I think that he's really close to her.
Mhm.
She's a Broadway actress originally, and then she put like Denzel through school, like acting school, by what she was, and she was more successful for like
For a while.
Yeah.
for a long time. Yeah, but anyway, their kid, he's in. Have you seen Black Klansman?
No.
Oh, you guys gotta watch Black Klansman. Yeah, it's fucking good. The one with I think it's
That's the satirical biopic, right?
it's correct.
Hmm.
Yeah, and like Adam Driver is in it. The guy, the Star Wars.
Adam Driver's
Yeah.
pretty good actor.
Kylo Ren. He's basically like infiltrating the Ku Klux Klan in Alabama or some sort.
Like the David Chappelle skit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, no,
what
Adam
is that
Driver.
dude's name?
They're playing the
What is
same
it?
guy. Like it's hard to explain. But you have to watch it. And
No,
then
the one I want to watch is
Tenet. Have you seen Tenet?
oh man, I can't.
heard that.
I don't have time for that, man.
Why? Is it
Because
long?
when I watch a movie like that, I want to watch it multiple times.
It's so long, and it's also like super complicated, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
whenever
He's the main character.
Is that like the Matrix, where you had to like literally
It's
pay
ki-
close attention? Like,
yeah, like any Christopher Nolan movie, you gotta like watch it a couple times first. You know, like Inception, Memento.
I heard it's a Christopher Nolan movie if you don't like Christopher Nolan movies. That's what that's what the Twitter feed is telling me.
I remember what's his name, the actor named Robert Pattinson. He was
Yeah.
saying like for pretty much half the filming, he didn't know what the hell was going on. He would just show up every day.
read your
Just
Yeah.
being
lines.
told to do things, yeah, because he didn't understand the story.
Speaking of really good shows, if you haven't seen it, I think you and Faith have seen it. Fucking
Oh.
Schitt's Creek is funny as hell.
Oh yeah, that's
It's a great show. Have you watched Schitt's
if
Creek?
you get
No.
through the first like 2 to 3 episodes, then it's like
It's
it's
just-
not that those are bad. It's that like you have to reel in that type of comedy. And
And then you
Yeah.
start, and also there's some character development.
I thought you were gonna say La Casa de Papel.
What's that?
What?
I haven't seen that.
Yes, you have seen it.
The Heist?
Yeah,
I saw it.
Money Heist.
Yeah, I saw the first 6 episodes.
You haven't finished the whole thing?
It's a long ass series, man.
Oh, but you could finish Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, Schitt's Creek. They're like 20 minutes a pop. Those are like 20.
Man, you know what I've been watching?
Have you seen that Money Heist?
No.
That-
I don't watch those. I don't watch those shows. I don't watch TV dramas.
It is a
It's not
TV drama.
drama. It's like action too. It's
Yeah.
You don't watch TV dramas, shows at all.
Typically, I watch movies more, but typically for shows, I'll watch either miniseries or I'll watch just like something in the background. Like I've been watching Bob's Burgers.
That's like a shit comedy cartoon.
Dude, it's actually funny. It's funny as shit.
Have you seen F is for Family by Bill Burr?
No,
That's pretty funny.
what is that on?
It's on Netflix.
Did you
Is
watch
it on Netflix?
Futurama? Oh,
Yeah, dude, I watched the whole thing.
Futurama's good.
Futurama's funny as shit. You know what's crazy about Futurama? It's actually written by quote unquote scientists. Like they actually all got their degrees in science.
It's not made by the people who made Simpsons.
No,
Mm.
no, I don't think so. It's like because I remember
Futurama's
some of them
definitely
have
younger than
yeah,
The Simpsons.
some of them
Yeah,
have
but
like
it's
physics
also some of
degrees.
the writers or whatever.
Oh.
Some of them have like physics degrees or something.
Oh, really?
So like they actually at least know a little bit of what the hell they're talking about.
You're getting blown up.
Did you see the guy? They're just random alerts. Did you see the guy who voices Apu did a whole apology thing on the Twitter sphere?
Hank Azaria?
I don't know what his name is.
Yeah, isn't that a white guy?
Yeah, it's Hank Azaria from like Mad About You. He's a writer. He was a Simpsons writer too.
But he's the voice of Apu.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the thing about like cartoon voice actors. They're all
I'm
going
like,
to be
But he's like on an
Same.
apology tour, and I was like, it's a cartoon. No,
I mean, how would you feel if you were Indian, bro?
I don't know. I'm not
Is he
Indian.
Who?
Is Apu Indian?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the show.
You did not watch Simpsons?
No, I never got
It's a
it.
funny show. Early on, it's funny, really funny.
That's the thing.
Middle-
man.
middle-
It's
middle-
gone
middle.
on so long.
Yeah.
They just like jumped the shark like 20 times.
I mean, it's hard to be consistent that long, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, man, I'm just saying, just give it up. Just
I
give
mean,
up.
the
like-
Seinfeld went on for a long
been like
time,
30
and
years.
it's a show about nothing.
Oh, Seinfeld's never been funny.
Get the fuck out of here.
Come on, man.
That show's
Newman.
That show's great.
Maybe it's a generational thing, though.
Yeah, how old are
Never
you?
been funny.
How old are you?
27, 28.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it.
You,
You wouldn't understand.
you wouldn't understand. It's a show about nothing.
I mean, realistically, what show is really about is something you're watching it and you're like, whatever. You know, it doesn't. There's not a lot of.
Yeah, but what
Did you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
was that?
That's like the.
The answer is no.
Yeah. So
Probably I used to watch Full House. That's about as far back as it goes.
Jesus.
No.
Are you gonna say fucking Seinfeld sucks? Come
Yeah.
on.
Hey, well, I was also like 5 years old.
That's true. Sitcoms. The thing is, I can't watch a lot of shows with like laugh tracks. There's still shows out there with laugh tracks. How are they still making this shit? I don't need you to cue me to laugh.
I think it follows like the tradition of it. But one thing I hate about sitcoms nowadays is that there's no moral. There's no morals. You know?
What do you mean?
Because like I fondly remember Full House having morals. You know, like drunk driving issues, racism issues, like missing parents, as in like they either passed away or you know like they're just out of their lives. Like you don't see that in sitcoms anymore. It's too soft. No one's getting soft. You know, you gotta talk about these things.
Yeah.
Schitt's Creek, I think you'd like because there's some
Is that on
morals.
Netflix?
Yeah,
Is that on Hulu? I got
it's
Hulu.
on Netflix.
Netflix.
I like
you,
Hulu better.
You do not have Netflix?
I do have Netflix. I
Yeah,
have all of
it's
Because Hulu has live sports.
Hulu has got a lot though. Hulu's got some good programming too.
I'm thinking about doing the Disney Plus Hulu package because it has ESPN Plus too.
Yeah.
So
There's a movie I watched on Hulu the other day. It was pretty good. Palm Springs. Have you seen that? It's kind of like a comedy, dark comedy or whatever, but it's about similar to Groundhog's Day but darker. You've seen Groundhog's
I
Day?
think I've heard
Yeah,
about
I've
it.
seen Groundhog.
I think I've
Yeah,
heard
so
about
like the premise of it is Andy Samberg is at a wedding, meets a girl, whatever, but it's a time loop. They keep on going. They go to sleep and they wake up the next day, or if they die, they wake up the next day. It's the same day every single in the same. It's the same day as the morning of the wedding. So they go through it's a friend of his girlfriend's getting married, and then the girl who he meets there is like it's her sister getting married, and there's like some things that intertwine, but it's like it tells you like what would you fucking do if you got stuck in a time loop. And it's pretty, and they talk about some quantum physics later on and like how it even worked and everything, but like I don't know, I always think what the fuck would I do if I got stuck in a time loop every single like for the rest of my life.
Depends on the day.
Say let's give it what day do you want it to be?
Man, that's hard. I gotta plan it my whole day and then I repeat it.
Yeah.
You know,
Thursday night jiu-jitsu, bro.
Thursday night jujitsu. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't
You'd
be
get
working that day.
fucking good.
I wouldn't work that day. That's one thing for sure.
Would you rather-
Dude,
better
a
work.
loop day like that or something like the Truman Show where you're in a bubble.
A loop day.
Yeah, because the Truman Show, you don't know if it's real or not at the end.
Yeah.
Because even if you get out, you're still not sure.
Yeah.
It's like the Matrix.
Yeah, I would have a loop day because I feel like in a loop day, you have time on your side, meaning like a time to do things.
But how do you get out of it? Is my question. Are
never
you stuck
do.
in it forever?
You never do.
You're just stuck in it forever?
You're stuck in it forever. You're eternal,
And you know you're stuck in it forever?
and you know it because that. So if you know,
I think
it,
at some point I would just stop doing things because I would have done it all.
well, that's the thing is they go through. The guy goes through that. He's like he stops fucking caring.
Yeah.
Right? It's like I don't get nothing matters anymore. Really, realistically, really nothing matters anymore.
Yeah.
If my friend Edgar is like my best friend, I could hurt his feelings or I could slap him in the face and the next day he's going to be totally fine with me the next day. It doesn't matter. I could do whatever the fuck I wanted. You know, I could shoot him and I can kill myself and we'd be totally fine. It doesn't matter. That's what it would, not say he would,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's what the premise of that. There's a morality to it as well too. And then like, and then like how he works through getting past that.
So you're never truly happy then?
He gets to a point where he's more apathetic in a
Okay.
in a positive way, and he learns a few things.
Yeah.
You know, Groundhog Day, what he fucking learned how to play piano, and then he learned how to do
Yeah, he learned a bunch of
like
things.
eye sculpture and things. He fucking did the thing with Andy McDowell with eye sculpture. And then he took her home.
Because I feel like that's like having, billions of dollars and not having to worry where your next dollar's coming from.
Exactly.
So then you
You
stop.
know, like your bank account never
just-
goes away.
Yeah. So you're
Yeah.
just like,
Doesn't matter.
$1,000 shoes, why not?
Right.
Yeah.
So, coke and strippers, whatever. It'll be fun next time. Even if I overdose, I'm going to wake up tomorrow. It's fine.
Do it all over again.
Exactly. Time loop, here we go.
Woo!
I don't know. I don't think I'd enjoy it for very long.
You probably
Yeah.
wouldn't. You know what? You'd probably the first day it happened, you'd freak the fuck out, right?
The first time you woke up, and it was the
I
same
don't think
thing.
so.
You wouldn't freak
Because
out?
I feel like we've seen so many time loop scenarios in movies and TVs and stuff.
I feel
that's
like
just
I
like,
have like
As soon as
déjà
it
vu.
happens, it's like, this is happening. We're here.
True.
This is it. I don't know. I
I was trying to make this podcast interesting, Max.
no, that is
It's like
interesting.
there's
That is interesting.
No, you're throwing us to a loop now.
shit.
We're about to go back to the beginning.
Welcome back to Battle Buddy.
Back to unions.
No, I mean, that actually reminds me. Have you guys seen Time Traveler's Wife or whatever, or Time Traveler's Wife?
I don't know. Are we getting into the point where we've turned Battle Buddies into like what is it?
Existential crisis.
Movie critics? No, like movie show critics now.
Hey man, I love movies.
Siskel and Ebert were great. They made a living after talking shit.
Sure.
But no, that movie is interesting too because the guy has this. I wouldn't call it ability, but more of a curse where he just randomly travels through time constantly. So like he doesn't know when it's gonna happen, and he doesn't know where he's gonna go. He just knows he's gonna end up somewhere in some place at some time, butt ass naked.
Butt ass naked.
Butt ass naked.
So what's the whole time traveler's wife thing?
So it's like a Pat
Where's
Barry
the wife?
story.
Huh?
It's like a Pat Barry story. He meets this little girl. I'm serious. He meets this little girl and just like they fall in love or whatever.
How old is he?
Probably like 20s, 30s.
And she's in,
like 10.
like a Lolita type thing.
Yeah, and then eventually
Probably
they grow
Italian?
up. They
No?
grow up to be the same age because they keep meeting. And like he travels through time, but also older versions and younger versions of himself also travel through time. So there's scenarios where he actually encounters himself.
Is it
And
a
so-
movie or a show?
It's a movie. And so there's like the wife eventually follows in on it, and so does like the specific family members, like the wife's brother and her his wife. But like she has like a diary filled with locations that he's gonna appear based on when the younger or older versions of him have shown up. So like she prepares clothes for him, and like eventually they get married and things like that.
Sets up candles, the whole night.
I mean, it's not a great movie. It's just a really dumb movie that you want to watch if you're just bored one day.
I mean, that's
You tend to have those days, apparently.
But the question is,
yeah.
well, how would you feel if that happened to you? If you just constantly time traveled out of random?
At a random, that would
At
fucking
random.
suck. And I'd land in wherever
Naked?
Jesus, come on.
Wherever naked, yeah.
Nah, I couldn't do that.
Couldn't do
I
it.
would struggle.
Imagine middle of Times Square. You're butt
Yeah.
naked.
Oh, I mean, it's Times Square. I feel like that's normal.
Oh, yeah, true.
People are going to be naked anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I could. Like, imagine just laying, like what? You're in the middle of a fucking elementary school. All of a sudden you show up naked and you get shot.
That's actually how the movie ends. So he like warps. So I'm gonna spoil this shit because it's again
I'm
you
probably
don't
not gonna
watch it for the story. You just watch it because you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
something to do.
I recommend you watching Palm Springs. I won't spoil it. I think you should watch it.
All
I think
right,
you'd enjoy it.
I'll keep that in mind. But
Okay.
For this movie, he meets his daughter because him and his wife have having issues with getting a kid, and he says he's never met his kid, even though he's traveled further in time and backwards in time. He's met various versions of his wife, but he's never met a kid. So
His kid.
his kid.
Yeah.
So it turns out the kid actually goes back in time to meet him because she has control of her abilities because it's like an evolutionary thing.
Mm-hmm.
But she tells him, like, warns him, like, this is what happens. Try to avoid it. And this is how you can try and control your powers. And so, like, the one instance where he kind of is able to control it, he ends up appearing, like, a day or two before, and his father-in-law is hunting, and he ends up getting shot, and then he's able to use his like last breath basically to go forward in time again to his wife at the same day he left, to basically say like I'm dead. So that's the end of the movie. He dies.
Did it? I thought you were gonna say something like where he hooks up with his daughter, like Old Boy or something.
What?
Have you seen Old Boy?
Yeah.
Not
Korean
now.
Movie?
The Korean movie, yeah.
The Korean one's fucked.
The Korean one I think is better than the American one.
Oh, it's way
Yeah?
way better.
Way
The
better.
American one's with
Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
It's with Josh
Hamlin. Josh
Brolin?
Brolin.
Josh Brolin. And Amanda Seyfried, right?
Who is it?
Amanda Seyfried.
I don't remember her. I don't know her name.
Well, it's stupid.
It's stupid, but
I think American remakes of like foreign films.
well, the Korean one's really good.
Yeah, the Korean one.
Yeah.
I think the Korean one does a lot better, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the American versions always get it wrong because they're trying to do something
Extra.
different.
Oh.
Yeah, they're trying to do something extra. Yeah. Because like have you seen either one?
No.
Okay, so there's
The premise of it. So
the premise of it is basically like
this
he's
gangster.
he's
a bad
gangster.
motherfucker.
He's a gangster, and basically some shit goes down, and then he like loses his daughter, but then didn't actually lose his daughter. And
Like
then,
she died or loses her? Like
So like, he thinks
Yeah,
she's like kidnapped or something.
Okay.
yeah, and then obviously loses him like when she's like a baby, right?
She's young, really
Yeah,
young.
she's really young. But eventually they meet without knowing it.
But he's in
Oh.
prison. Remember, he's
Yeah.
in prison for
Yeah, he's in prison for like forever. But
he's
then
in a fucking room for 20 years.
a long time because the
like
the daughter,
solitary confinement.
So
type of
like basically like solitary.
Yeah, 'cause the
confinement,
daughter
but
grows up.
They did some things to the room to make it where like he had some exposure to certain things on purpose or whatever. But like he's never leaving that room. You know what I mean? He's in there the entire time. So go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, but yeah, eventually he does get out, meets the daughter, they fall in love, and shit goes down, and then he just fucking slaughters a bunch of people.
He finds out his daughter after
Yeah,
they hook up.
and he does like what does he do he like erases the memory somehow?
Well, they purposely don't they purposely?
Yeah, they made them fall in love because like they were using like imagery, right?
Something about it. I don't remember.
There's something where they're stimulated to be like that's the girl,
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end he does the same style of like subliminal messaging to basically say like erase her from his memory. But then like the end is like they get together. It's like, oh my god, you're alive, yeah. And then like he's got like this half-hearted smile, basically implying that he hasn't fully forgotten.
Yeah.
So it's a very fucked movie, man.
Yeah.
It's worth the watch.
It is worth the watch. The Korean one is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was gonna say like there's a scene in both movies where I think it really goes to show how contrasting it is between like Korean movies and American movies, where the guy is basically in a hallway fighting like a fuck ton of goons, and the Korean one, he's clearly like losing in multiple situations. Like he's getting stabbed like a motherfucker. He's like slashed, and he's like struggling, and he's like on the ground in certain situations. And it clearly shows that like he could die at any point.
Yeah.
But then when you watch the American one,
He's beating the brakes off everybody.
yeah, he gets stabbed. He takes the knife out and just stabs him back, and it's like, okay, it just clearly shows like, all right, this guy's never gonna lose.
Yeah.
But then in the Korean one, like you don't even like he could lose right now. Like the movie could be over right now.
Yeah.
So like that's what I'm saying. Like certain movies,
Fighting is more realistic because like outcomes of fighting are more realistic.
yeah, it feels more. Have you seen The Raid?
Yeah.
No,
I've seen
Oh, dude, you haven't seen The Raid?
is that Korean?
No, it's Indonesian or something.
Oh, really?
But basically, it's a bunch of cops. They go to like this ghetto, and they fight off this gang. And the fighting in it, they're doing like off the wall like martial arts shit, right? Like the traditional kung fu style stuff. But it's not. They're not no Bruce Lee. They're not no like Jet Li or Jackie Chan. They're getting their asses whooped. Like at the end of The Raid, the two heroes struggle their asses off to beat the boss. And I think that's more realistic. Like clearly, like a mobster boss in the ghetto of like Indonesia is
Yeah.
clearly not. He's not a pushover.
Yeah,
He's gonna murder you if you fight him 1-on-1, even if you are a trained police officer. And so it took two of them to take him down. But then if you watch an American one, there's gonna be like 5 bad guys. With one good guy. I think that's just the way it is.
He's a hero.
Yeah, like fucking. I always point this out. I love pointing this out. The Rock and Jason Statham and stuff. They all have this thing in their contract, like Vin Diesel, where they can't lose a fight.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a thing where it's written in there. If you watch any Vin Diesel movie or any Rock movie,
that's why my contract says that top martial arts when I'm going to roll.
That's what I'm saying, man. They're not allowed to lose fights.
That's Edgar's flow roll contract.
And never lose a flow roll. So, do you think there could ever be, and I'm not saying a remake, but a similar premise or similar story as Bloodsport? Like, could you make that
a real life version of it?
Not a real live version, but I'm saying
the Kumite was real.
But I'm saying
I'm not talking
nowadays. I'm talking like, could they do it nowadays?
I think so. It's too violent.
Wait, you're talking about
Can't throw sand in anybody's eyes or salt in somebody's eyes, huh?
The real life Kumite. You don't think they can make one?
Like, could you make the movie now?
Oh, could you make the movie now?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying a real live Kumite. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like the movie again.
Yeah, you can.
I think so. Yeah, for sure. I think
Frank Dukes, like put your Dukes, right?
I think it's acceptable.
Yeah, I think you could.
Who'd play Jean-Claude though?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like
So that's what you're saying? It's like who would be?
Yeah,
Statham, maybe, or
now he doesn't have the dance moves.
That's true.
Yeah, you can't dance like him. You don't belong.
You don't
But that
belong.
was in Kickboxer. He didn't dance in Bloodsport.
What? Yeah, he did.
Nah, he didn't dance in Bloodsport. He danced in Kickboxer.
I'm gonna have to look that up
Yeah,
because
when he got hammered, he was like,
Yeah.
that
In
was
the tank top?
with the tank top and the
that
big
was
pants?
Kickboxer.
That was kickboxer.
That was
Was
Kickboxer,
it?
yo. That was definitely Kickboxer. He didn't have no time to fucking waste in Bloodsport, bro.
Wait, where was Bloodsport set?
Some
It was in-
Asian country
It was in
It was more.
because he was like kicking bamboo.
It wasn't like a.
it was in Thailand.
It was in Thailand.
It was in Thailand as well.
Oh yeah, because he had to break bamboo, whatever. Just
Yeah, he didn't
Banana
have
trees.
Yeah, Kickboxer was like, yeah, you're doing one of these and one of those.
Man, that's the type of guy where you see him doing that, you just got to applaud.
yeah,
You're not saying
let
nothing
it
to
happen.
him.
Nope. Yo, first person that steps to him, like, hey, that's
Dude,
you.
but when he was in his heyday, like I thought he was the fucking coolest motherfucker out there. I
Oh
was
yeah, man, dude.
like
Fucking rip.
There's like, yeah, he was like, dude,
Knock your head
he
off.
kick your ass, man. He's real.
I'd rather that. I enjoyed Rambo movies, but Bloodsport and Kickboxer were.
I used to watch. I watched Double Impact, Lionheart, like all those fucking movies, man. Universal Soldier, with Dolph Lundgren or whatever he did with him. Yeah, all
Dolph
those.
Lundgren.
Yeah,
If he bleeds.
Did you grow up with Karate
What was
Kid or
it?
no?
If he dies.
I watched. He just know what he's talking about.
Dolph Lundgren.
If
He's the one that said that, right?
Yeah,
if he
he's
dies,
a-
he dies.
Yeah.
He's really like, I think he's legitimately like a kickboxer, right? And he's also a PhD, right? I thought I heard.
What?
Yeah, he's super smart in real life. Do that.
Not
do the Google.
Googles.
Dolph Lundgren is a PhD in something.
Oh wait, I had this. I've never even mentioned it. Belarus.
I know how to pronounce Belarus. How do you pronounce somebody from Belarus?
Belarusian. All right. Well, I'm gonna type that in. Belarusian.
You're right.
There you
Man, shit. Who am I looking up? Dolph.
Lundgren.
Dolphin.
If he dies,
Dolph
he
Lundgren.
dies.
If he dies, he dies. He's a scientist. Look it up. He's got his PhD in something.
Well, his name's Hans. He's-
Play ahead of degree. What?
63.
He's
No,
63 years old?
Yeah, he's 63.
Jesus.
Still
He's
jacked.
a master's.
Still jacked.
He's got his master's
He's got
degree?
his master's.
Not a PhD. See,
Oh, damn it.
gave him more credit than when he's.
Yeah, son of a gun, Dolph.
Well, it also depends on where it's from because it could translate to a PhD here.
So I'll bring up another one. They're remaking, or they've already remade Top Gun. Did you watch the first one?
Yeah,
I actually have
when
not
I was
seen Top
really young. Yeah, I didn't watch this in a long time.
They remade it.
Mhm.
When did they do that?
Well, it
Are
hasn't
they
come
doing
out.
it? Oh, they're doing
yeah.
it. That makes more sense. I was about to say. I feel like I'd have heard more news about
I
it.
know. They've
I don't
already
know.
like put out little like mini previews, not a whole like
Yeah.
2 minute.
Well,
long
at this
preview.
point, they're just gonna redo everything. You know, how much more could you put out that's unique in any sense?
That's unique.
Yeah, like unless you're doing like something really off the wall.
I got one.
Yeah.
Kong versus Godzilla. That's so unique.
That's not
They just keep on repeating.
That's an age-old story.
Yeah,
That's
I know,
an-
everything's the same shit.
Yeah, it's hard
Yeah,
to do.
even the time loop one that I just mentioned, I was like, the first thing that popped in my mind was watching Groundhog's Day.
Yeah,
You know?
like even like all the newer like the one movie I watched recently that was pretty good was The Trial of the Chicago 7.
I haven't seen that.
That one's a good one, but it's a biopic. You know,
Mm.
it feels original, but it's
Yeah.
a biopic.
We just saw War Dogs. With
War Dogs is good, man. I like that one.
What's that?
It's the one. It's a true story about these guys that basically start this.
It
like,
seems so
the-
comedic though that they're like, how is this a true
it doesn't
story?
feel real.
Yeah.
But they started this like third-party military contracting business where they resell guns.
Is
to
that the one with the kid
Jonah
was it?
Hill and-
Jonah
Jonah
Hill,
Hill,
yeah.
Miles whatever.
So there's some
Miles
parts
Teller.
where they're funny, you said?
Yeah, it's funny. There's one part where they're like they have to basically fly all the guns and stuff from like Turkey,
That was Jordan
from Jordan
Yeah.
to Afghanistan.
to Iraq because
No, they
there
had to
was-
drive through Iraq.
They had to drive through Iraq, but they were delivering in Iraq
They're
or Afghanistan.
yeah,
Is it a
they're
true
delivering
story?
in
Yeah,
yeah, it's a true story.
yeah,
And they had to
because
drive through,
there was a moratorium, something that they couldn't ship Italian anything from Italy to.
Yeah, they
Iraq?
couldn't get
Afghanistan?
Italian guns to Iraq because of the embargo
Yeah,
or the blockade or whatever.
and so they're like, all right, we're going around. We're gonna go from Italy to Jordan, and then we'll drive them from Jordan to you.
Through Iraq, and there's one part where they drive through Fallujah, and like they're just like having a piss, and then like they see trucks and shit in the distance.
They like drove overnight, and so
Yeah.
then when they get to like a gas station, the guy's like filling gas, and he's like smoking a cigarette. I was like, what do you do?
And there's the part where they're running. They're like, "Why are they chasing us?" He's like, "Fallujah bad,
Fallujah
Fallujah bad."
Who's Fallujah saying that?
Huh? The driver.
The
'Cause
driver.
the driver is like Iraqi.
Yeah.
And then like he jumps in the truck and he's like filling up the truck as it's going. And it's
Because
like, I
they
don't know.
left him. They literally
they
were like
left him.
driving off as soon as they saw the trucks getting closer because they heard gunshots. And they're like, we gotta go. And they start like driving off, and then the driver has 2 gas cans, tosses one, and then he's running. He's like, wait for me. Jumps in the car, and then he's like, he's filling the gas tank as they're shooting at them, and they're driving off. And then like I guess they got within a certain to the border, and then like U.S. helicopters or whatever start coming, and then those
Yeah.
turn around. And, yeah.
But yeah, I liked Jonah Hill's performance in it. His laugh was really like off-putting, but it
Yeah.
was funny because he did this like
It was like a delayed,
Like, literally like that.
Like that. You're like, what?
Yeah, there's a part where he's like in some place trying to get like weed, and he's like talking to these guys, and like he's like, yeah, it's $200 or whatever, and he's like, all right, sure, pays him $200, and the guy just pockets it and keeps talking to his homies, and he's like, where's my weed? And he's like, where is your weed? And he's like,
You hear this guy?
Okay.
What do you think this guy's talking
yeah, and then
about?
like the guys like pull their guns.
He goes
like,
like
trying
this.
to
He's
threaten
like,
him.
who up weed? He, like
Yeah.
lifts up his shirt to show him he's got
And
a
he's-
Glock.
And he's like, okay, and it just like fucking pulls out like a whole ass assault rifle,
Yeah. And
and
goes,
he's like, where's the weed now?
where's the weed now? They're like, and everybody runs off.
And
And then his friend who's in the car, like, what are you doing? Oh my God. He's like, don't worry. I got a class 5 license. Da-da-da.
this is in America. He was pulling.
Yeah, it's in
Yeah,
America,
in Miami.
Okay.
In
And,
Miami.
The other guy, Miles Teller, is he's like a masseuse or masseur, whatever. However you say massage guy for guys.
Masseuse.
Yeah.
Is that masseuse? I
Yeah.
thought that was for women.
Monsieur is like, hey, monsieur.
Yeah, well that's
I don't
it.
know.
But yeah,
Look it up.
but yeah, they're saying like this guy went from sucking men's dicks
Yeah, he's
to
like,
making millions.
he's like giving dudes rubbing tugs to making millions. And he's like, for the record, that's not a fact.
Man, I feel like you have a lot of time on your hands, Max.
Yeah.
You should play Magic.
No, why?
I see a whole bunch of shit over here.
I
have a lot
know.
of cards.
Are
Building
these
decks.
empty? I don't know.
Yeah.
Whose are these? Are these yours?
These are mine, yeah.
So
All of these?
That's not a lot, but it's quite a
it
bit.
looks like a lot.
What is this like? So basically, this is like Dungeons and Dragons, right?
No, it's like, I mean, it's premised off of like fantasy and lore or what have you, but it's like there isn't like a narrative that you're following, like in Dungeons and Dragons. This is a game of like where you're. It's like,
But it's like the same concept of what I mean. It's like when you do like a move or an action, you have to roll the dice to see what the outcome.
No.
What are the dice for?
The dice is usually for life counters. Like you counting your life, they just have it there.
Why do you have so many?
Oh, so like
Because
how
every
much?
time sometimes you get a pack, they give you a free die. It's just something cool they give you. But the concept of it is
How much more different are they from Pokemon cards?
they're more involved. They're more complicated. The game
Let's read one.
itself is simple.
Yeah, let's go ahead and.
The
Explain
sphere
the game.
of safety.
No, don't explain the game. Cause...
No,
The sphere of safety.
it's
This is
simple.
this is an enchantment. I believe it's level 4
it doesn't have a
because
level
it just
4.
says 4. What does the 4 mean?
That's the cost, the casting cost. What you use.
So it's a level
how much
4.
source you need to cast the cost.
So it's a level 4 cost.
It's not level 4.
Well, it's 4. You just said it costs 4.
It costs 4 mana.
Yeah, so that's level 4 cost.
Yeah, you're just making shit up.
All right, what does it say? Creatures can't attack you or a planeswalker you control unless their controller pays X for each of those creatures, where X is the number of enchantments you control.
Yeah. So
And then there's like a little description.
Yeah.
It's like a little story.
there's a little narrative or whatever.
Yeah.
That they create. Yeah, it's part of the lore that they give to you. But like, yeah, so it's as simple as like I'm a wizard. If I were playing you, I'm a wizard. You're a wizard, and we all both have like a certain amount of life count.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to kill each other, and the way we kill each other is using spells.
Are these organized?
No, they're not.
Okay, so I can
organized.
just draw.
Yeah, but they need to go back on that same.
Oh,
path.
this is a swamp. I guess that's terrain.
That's your cost. That's what you're using. That's what you're using to cast the spells, right? Your cost.
Wait, and your cards are inside of these like plastic sleeves.
Oh, that just protects
So,
them.
do these gain value at some point?
Some cards definitely.
I would assume there's rarity levels, right?
that wouldn't, but yeah.
I would assume there's rarity levels. Like the
Yeah.
name would be a certain texture.
Well, it's like so. Do you see like at
But
the
same thing
bottom
with
there,
Pokemon cards. They
there's
get like the
Yeah, they're
glitter.
reflective.
What do you see down there? The little L, the letter right there.
RIX.
No, let me see it.
This one says Cliff Childs.
So that's the guy who designed it. So you see that R right there at the bottom.
Yeah.
That means it's a rare because they didn't make very many of those when they came out with that edition.
So what's the 270 out of 280L?
I don't know what that is, but that's like very common card. But some of the cards are up towards of up to 1,000, 4,000. The highest I've seen are $40,000.
What does L mean?
L, where do you see L?
L at the bottom where the R was.
It's just a land. That means just a land.
Land.
Yeah.
I thought it meant legendary.
No.
Like, shit, you got $4,000 right here.
No, some of them I do definitely the highest card I have is probably around $50.
No, man. See, I've been saying before.
There's a lot of strategy involved.
Yeah, I'm saying before. I would like to play it, but then I don't want to invest in it.
Yeah, it can get to the point where it can cost.
That's
some
the
money.
issue, man.
we
We
can
can
see
clearly
that.
see. Look,
Yeah.
this is probably like $10,000 right
Right
here.
here.
I mean, I wish. I wish it was $10,000.
There's at least what?
Have you seen?
These are unpacked.
1,000 cards here?
These are unpacked. This is holographic
Yeah. How come that's not in a plastic wrap thing?
because
use
it's
it.
clearly an M, dude.
M stands for mythic. It's a mythic creature. It's not very many of those either. So
Clearly, it's reflective.
yeah, I don't know. Like
I don't know if she's moving or not. She's witching.
Are you
me
making
out.
fun of me?
No,
I feel like you're making fun of me.
that's just how I talk, man.
And you play fucking StarCraft for the majority of your life.
Hey, man, StarCraft is fun.
It is fun. There's strategy in that, right?
Yeah,
Same thing.
and there's finger paint too.
Yeah, well, there's no finger paint in this. Leave that. I use that. I need my fingers for jujitsu.
So, how many of these would you have then?
What?
Like
In a game, you just need one, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I
dice.
use my phone to keep life count. So
Oh.
I don't.
Oh.
They just.
Then you just have these?
I like some. I just like them a lot. They're kind of cool looking.
But like, what I'm asking is like, what is the basic bare bones? You know, like if I want to do jujitsu, I just need a gi. What is my starter pack?
Oh,
for
you
this?
just need a starter. You can go buy a starter deck, like
What
just
is that,
already
like
pre-made.
40 cards,
It'll be like 60 cards.
60 cards.
Yeah, but you don't. They come pre-made, so you can go and buy like a deck for like $20.
But how good are the pre-mades?
They're good. They're
They're
good.
good?
You can go in and you can be competitive with it. Like you could show up on one of our.
If you know what you're doing.
I'm telling you, like the first time you play,
You don't need to show
you play one time and you'll understand. It's not a hard game to
So
get.
it's relatively straightforward where you like
Like,
set up.
There's little steps, right? There's like these cards they'll tell you that here are your steps for your turn.
This.
Here's what you can't. Yeah, right there. It tells you exactly. Those are the rules. It tells you exactly what you need to do every time it's your turn.
Oh yeah, so there's like a setup, and then there's like the early and the mid and the late game, and then there's like the actual like this is how you win.
In your turn, right? So my turn, my turn is I'm basically looking to cast spells in order to take your life away.
Yeah.
Right. So in my turn, there's certain order steps that I would take. The cards that I play are my spells, and whatever the card says that to do.
Yeah.
Is what happens as far as the spell goes. So you just read the card and okay, this is going to happen. You need to do this. Does this to you. And it's as simple as that. This is how much this costs. You pay that cost. I play that turn. That's it. It's simple. Conceptually, like you could learn how to play in one time. That's it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I could pick it up easily.
It's just whether you enjoy it or not.
No, I played Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh here is easier.
It's easier for sure because you just lay the card down and then you read it.
I'm more of a Pogs type of guy.
What's Pogs?
What?
The little coins.
Are you serious?
I never play Pogs.
What?
You're talking about the little coin things, right?
He's younger than you. Knows what Pogs are.
No, I never play Pogs.
I mean, I never played Pogs either. I just know what they are.
Yeah,
I don't really know if it was an actual game, tell you the truth, but
it was a game, I think.
Yeah, but like most of them were like they're circular, almost like the size of a quarter or bigger, like $50 almost. And there was like wrestling ones, there was cartoon ones, there was Avenger ones, just different ones.
Mostly luck based.
Huh?
Is it luck based or strategy too?
I don't even know if it was luck or strategy because like it was gambling based. Like you would set up your pogs, like you have 5 that you're willing to gamble with. I have 5 that I'm willing to gamble. You stack them, and then there's like a metal one that you would just like hit. And I actually don't remember the whole thing, but if they landed in a certain way, I'd get to keep yours.
Oh, so it's 100%
mine.
luck based. But it's how you throw the things or whatever.
Yeah, because and you would get thicker ones, thinner ones. Like the big ones had a certain name to them. I don't remember what it was. But you'd get these tubes, and you could put all your pogs in there.
Did you make some money?
You need to look it up. No, you don't make money.
You make pogs, dude.
You get more pogs, and you get bigger tubes.
No, I don't know. Yeah, we had a guy from Jiu-Jitsu, Troy, who played one on Saturday night, and it was his first time playing. But I mean, it's also like, I wouldn't tell anybody who plays to come and play if they aren't into like fantasy. Like I like reading Tolkien and The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings as a kid. Like
Tolkien.
And I like Star Wars. I like fantasy things.
Yeah.
Like I like remember like the first like computer game. I didn't play World of Warcraft. That was already too advanced for me.
Duke Nukem.
No, I played Heroes of Might and Magic. You ever played that?
That's old, dude.
Yeah, it's super old, but it's fun, man.
Yeah.
But then World of Warcraft came out, and I just never got into it.
Man, see, like I've always been about that. Like I probably like my favorite series of all time is Lord of the Rings, but again, it's just like I will come. I'm gonna bring a shit ton of beer because that's just how I play games.
Well, yeah, you bring your own alcohol because then I don't provide it for you, and then people here he get like, they just drink.
I'll come
and
if
they
Edgar
play.
comes.
Yeah, what?
I'll come if Edgar comes.
Edgar's not into this. I wouldn't invite Edgar, not because he's not my friend. I love Edgar, but invite him anywhere. If he really wanted to play, sure, but I don't think he would enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think certain people.
I drink and watch. That's about as far.
So you'd enjoy it, and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah, but yeah, like I was saying, like you typically do it on Saturdays, right?
Saturdays or Fridays, just depends.
Okay. Because normally, me and my girlfriend, we do like game nights on Friday, and we like typically play, regular board games.
What do you guys
Charades.
play?
So we will play like coup. It's like that.
KU?
No, it's COUP. Coup, like a coup d'etat.
the coup d'etat.
Yeah, but like it's like a card game kind of where it's all about deception. Like you have specific roles that you like your specific character, and then you have to basically get rid of everyone else, like a coup. And the only way to do that is to lie. So like one character, you can steal from others.
It's like
no one else
fucking
can steal.
Clue on steroids.
Basically, you can steal money from other people, but they can't steal from you. And like then there's one that can like
How do you win?
straight up assassin. Like you get rid of everyone. Everyone has 2 cards. You make sure you're the only one left with at least 1 card.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, and so like, it's really fun.
There's a game of cunning.
It's not entirely too fun because I don't lie.
Mm.
Like, if I'm a specific role, I'm just gonna say I'm a specific role, because if you get called out for not being it, then you lose.
Mm.
And my style is more, I'm just not gonna lie. I can win based off not lying.
Do you win?
It's hard because
No.
I do win. I do win, but it's hard because like people know how good you are, so they're gonna make alliances. Like the three of us could be playing, and like I could be like, "Hey, Med, like we'll partner up. We're gonna kill Edgar like right away." It's like a Hunger Games kind of thing.
In front of Edgar, or?
Yeah, just straight up. You just play. Like it's all about deception and understanding like how you can win through your own like ability to influence people.
I can definitely fucking do all that. I manipulate the shit out of people.
But we play that. We play Resistance, which is a similar style where like like there's missions we have to go on, and like one of us is a spy that's trying to fuck up the missions, and we don't know who it is, and so they're gonna try and
How many people are
Persuade.
going
Like a
to
murder
game
mystery
nights?
type of deal.
How many people are going to these game nights?
it's like anywhere from like six to 8, sometimes 9.
Are they all Asian?
We got one white guy.
I'm just wondering. Just wondering. So.
Just wondering how diverse your game nights become.
But yeah, we
how one gets invited.
most of the games we play are like based on that same style, because we don't really play board games, because most board games they don't accommodate
6.
more than
6
4 people.
4, yeah.
Yeah.
Card games we just play poker. At some point towards the end, we just start playing poker because it's like, yeah, we're tired of thinking. We just want to gamble.
There's some pretty good games out there that you can play with, but it's about with some board games. If you get to be a lot of people, you're there all night.
Yeah,
They take up a long time to finish or play.
Yeah.
like the Game of Life.
Or like Settlers of Catan. Have you ever played Catan?
Oh yeah, we have Settlers of Catan, and we have the Rivals for Catan.
That's a good game. That's a fun
The
game.
one versus one.
It just takes forever to end.
It takes forever. It is a long game, especially the more people you have, right?
More of
Yeah.
a
But it's-
dominoes type of guy, Rummy Cube, yeah.
Yeah.
Really cute. Some backgammon.
Hey, go
Backgammon is
go
actually, like-
fish.
There's luck and there's definitely strategy involved.
Yeah, for sure. For backgammon.
Yeah.
I mean, all those games.
I started
you
playing
got some
chess with
strategy.
Shema while he was living here for a little bit. Actually, I still got the chess set. That's pretty fun.
Chess is fun.
Chess is fun, man, and it's definitely obviously it's
With the
like
timer or without the
fucking. I don't. There's no way I can do it with the timer. I'd be like,
Dude.
Dude, it's been your turn for 30 minutes.
No, I watched.
well,
some
we would start a
championships.
game and sometimes we wouldn't end it. We're just gonna play.
Oh.
I watched championships for chess.
Mhm.
The current world champion is Magnus Carlsen.
Isn't that the world's strongest man?
No, he's from the same area though. But he was at this tournament one time. This is the most G shit I've ever seen. He gets out there, makes one move, and then he's like, "I offer you a draw."
Oh yeah, like saying like
Yeah, like
take
I
it
offer you a
now.
draw. Like take it now. And the guy's like, "No, it's the first move." And then they play for like another 5 minutes. Magnus fucking kills him, and he's like, "I gotta go take a shit. That's why I offered a draw." And that's the reason he
Yo.
offered. Yeah, he's like, my stomach hurts. I gotta go.
Really?
Yeah, that's why he offered a draw, because he's
I'm
like,
gonna do
I
that
gotta go.
sometimes when I roll. I was like, "Hey man, let's just call this a roll." Like, even roll. I was like, "What? Really?" And then
I won by 1 advantage. Zach,
Okay.
are you cool with that?
How about this? You won by one.
You
advantage.
won. Have you seen speaking of that, the one highlight where Tiger Woods is putting, and as soon as he putts, the ball starts rolling. It's
He
within
walks
like
away.
3. He gets up, grabs his club, takes his hat off, goes to shake the guy's hand. He's not even looking at the ball. Ball drops in.
That's
Here.
dope shit.
Yeah, that's how you know, like, they're just too good.
That's just
Like, I'm gonna
dope
win
shit.
regardless, so I'm just gonna go home.
Yeah.
Or like this is the same thing when dudes would shoot threes. Like Steph would shoot 3 and just turn.
Steph
around.
and LeBron just did that. Yeah, they just turn around and be like,
No, what's you guys ever seen that video where the guy was like talking about like the Warriors made a deal with the devil for Steph Curry to hit threes all the time?
no.
Because he was saying like it was a joke obviously,
Yeah.
but he was like saying like every time Steph gets the ball, the guys are already turning around going to the other side
That's it,
because he's gonna
defense.
shoot.
Pretty much.
He's like, they're already turning around.
Well, he had scored, I think it was 43 points in the third quarter, and he was getting ready. He got up. He's about to check in, and coach was like, no, you're not going back in.
Yeah,
You're not going back in.
which is insane, man.
I mean, like, You would keep him back in if the game's within like
He was-
5,
he-
right?
they're
But I'm
like-
sure they were up by 20 or something like that.
Yeah. Well, he'll be a good. He'll be a Laker next year.
Do you think so?
What? Really?
I don't think you'll.
You don't think they got the money
They definitely have.
I mean, he's been with the Warriors for
to
like,
pay? No, I'm talking about the Warriors.
he's
pay.
been with the
Yeah,
Warriors
they
for like a
definitely
long
have
time.
Oh,
They definitely. I think it's just whether he wants to go win again.
you don't think he's gonna win as soon as Clay gets back?
Is Clay coming back?
No, against those the super teams they got now. Come on.
Yeah, true. I don't. For me, I don't think he's gonna leave the Warriors. I mean, he's been there for so long, and he has so many records there. Won so many championships there.
Isn't that his first team, right?
Yeah. So I don't think he'd leave. I mean, like people thought when he was getting his first deal redone that he would come home. You know, he would come to the Hornets and this and that. But the Hornets are on an upswing. I'm like, that's not the team. Like Miles Bridges dunking on everybody and their mama. Whoo. But
Oh man, I feel like there's too many teams.
too many teams. What do you mean?
Yeah. Well, what I mean is like there's obviously teams that don't belong.
Oh,
There's teams that what?
don't
There's-
belong.
Don't belong.
We were
But
just
that's
talking
with
about this, weren't we?
but that's with like every sport too. You know. It's like-
Yeah, I was gonna have
We were just talking about
the
it.
Jaguars
What's
of the
happening
league
in
or
the-
whatever.
What's happening in European football right now? Soccer.
Yeah, but they have that the AB thing, right? They separate them based on
They
their
hierarchy.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is like they're now these teams have broken away, and then they're trying to form he called a European Super League. It just happened last night. And
I
so-
actually heard about that. Yeah, the Super League thing.
Yeah, it's basically just a money grab, right? For them,
Yeah,
they're not because they're the heavy hitters, and they're saying we're not going to be beholden to, the ruling rights of these other governing bodies. We want to make our own money and not have to worry about like feeding the poor.
Yeah.
So
Cold-blooded.
yeah. Well, whatever. I'll still fucking watch.
Italian suits aren't cheap.
Italian suits aren't cheap. Italian suits aren't cheap.
Yeah, man. Speaking of sports, actually, obviously you guys know who Wayne Gretzky is, right?
Yes.
I saw some statistics on his shit.
About his
Fucking
daughter?
mind blowing. Huh? His daughter?
Paulina.
No, it's about
He's
his
like, I
actual-
see some statistics.
But his hockey stats.
Yeah.
You know the Gretzky brothers? They're like the highest scoring.
He had a brother.
Yeah, they're the highest scoring siblings in all of hockey. His brother scored 4 points.
Yo, that's like the game where Kwame Brown and Kobe, they scored 85 points together. It's like 84 was Kobe.
But it's like crazy because like Gretzky has, I think he has top out of the top 13, he has 10 of those spots.
Phew.
10 of those spots for all time scorer
Wait, how do you have 10 of those spots?
You're number one.
for per game, like per game or per season or something like that.
Points per season.
Yeah, points per season. He has
the
10
most
of
points
10 of
per
those
season.
10 of those 13 spots,
Wow.
and he's like top 7, and then like the top like the 8.
Is there
8,
anybody
9, and 10?
close?
No, because then it's 8, 9, and 10, and then it's him again for another 3.
And that's crazy because I think it was more violent back then. Like they were.
Yeah.
They were. Like,
Oh, homeboys, they didn't get their teeth replaced. Nothing.
Yeah.
No.
They were like there was definitely more fights.
Yeah.
Back
Yeah.
then than there
And-
were now.
Like it's crazy because like he was in the same era of dominance as like Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
because Michael Jordan has very similar stats. Like he's like top dog in everything.
But he didn't take it personal.
I don't know, man. I like sharing that tidbit because it's mind blowing to think about that. Even
Yeah.
if it's like the generations are different, like I feel like they wouldn't do as good now, but they definitely would do amazing like now. But even when they did it back in the day,
I got a question for you. Then.
yo,
Sports related?
Sports related.
Okay. Please don't be like, who's the real GOAT? That's going to be some bullshit.
No. It's just all preference, right? So if name one athlete whose either their careers were either cut short or they weren't as prolific as they needed to as like they could have been had not been for injuries. Who would you want to see that to
In any sport?
to fulfill their destiny in any sport, whatever sport that may be? Name that one athlete that you wanted to see without those injuries.
Boss Rudin.
Wow, I would not expect that. Boss Rutan.
Yeah,
You don't
Boss
think he
Rutan.
would have been like one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time?
easily, because he stopped at like what 20 fights.
I don't know.
or something. He stopped really early. And
Because his knees were shattered.
yeah, I mean, like master kickboxer, crazy good at catch wrestling. What are you going to do against him, especially during that time? You know, you can't stand with him. You can't go to the ground with him. His toe holds are nasty as shit. He's trying to take your toe and put it up your ass. You know, but then he just quit out of nowhere.
What about you?
It's not necessarily an injury.
Oh,
A little too much booger sugar.
Who's that? Tyson?
Len bias.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty big one. Like that was.
They were like, "Yo, he could have succeeded Jordan. Like, he could have been better than Jordan."
I heard that too. He's from Maryland too.
Yeah,
that's why.
Murderland, bro.
Murderland.
So it's not an injury.
I
mean, he did die, but
I feel like I'd go say this. The common one is Bo Jackson.
oh yeah, the hip
it's
thing.
Like, yeah, like for him. I mean, there's other things.
Wasn't he multi-sport?
Yeah,
Yeah, and he was really good at both.
football and baseball.
Yeah.
He was really good at both. He was probably better at football, but he was really good at baseball.
I do wish though that there wasn't an MLB strike, and Michael Jordan would have played in the major leagues.
Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
He
Did you?
He
didn't-
went to the minors.
yeah.
But didn't go to the majors because
he
of the strike.
sucked.
Because of the strike. No, because of the strike. Look, watch the documentary.
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't
Man,
he
I
wasn't
just-
even good in the minors, man.
Listen, I just
Like,
wanted to.
Well,
I
just-
was like, I had a hard time seeing him struggle at the
know.
Birmingham Bears.
Just imagine if he didn't go to baseball at all.
Yeah, imagine if he didn't, dude. He would have won 8 in a row.
If
Yeah.
everybody would have got paid.
8 in a row, bro. There's some. But
Listen,
that
when you see
kind of thing.
Listen,
you're right,
when you
man.
see the pay scale for that when on the documentary, yo, he's making like 20 million. Everybody else is making like half.
See, that's what union, man. Union. It's a time loop.
They have a union.
Yeah, Bass Rutten. That's
No, Bass Rutten, man. That's the one. Like, I think it's a underrated story. Because I mean, he's still famous. You know.
Yeah, he does a little infomercial.
Oh, well, who's you? Who?
I said Bo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Thought
Bo.
you-
I
how
mean,
about-
I could have gone.
What about
soccer.
Barry? Barry? No.
Barry who?
Sanders?
Nah, he wasn't cut down by an injury. He just retired.
Yeah, true.
He just retired. I feel like like
Megatron on another team?
he was. I mean, he was injured, but not like catastrophic
Yeah, okay.
injury. Like that is.
Yeah.
When I think or death or something
Okay.
like that. Like for me, like I thought like there's who would you what else is like there's some other players like were back.
Did you see Alex Smith just retired today?
Yeah, I saw them. Yeah, he's a good dude.
That leg was just.
I mean, I don't know. Like, there's not a lot of fighters that are out there that I can think of, but
I mean, because they all get hurt and they never quit.
yeah, like basketball, like you could have said Greg Oden, things like that.
Yeah.
He just got his shit cut short.
Well, he also looked like a 50-year-old at the ripe age of 19.
Yeah.
But his knees just couldn't. And then who was the guy who got picked after Jordan or before Jordan?
Sam Bowie.
Yeah, Sam Bowie. He had issues with his shins.
Yeah, he got fucked up with
Like
his shins.
microfractures in his shins.
Yeah.
And just-
There were some guys in the NFL. You could probably say that for a lot of people in the NFL. For me, like Bo Jackson just kind of stood out because he was so good at both sports and just remarkable. But I don't know. First I wanted to say Bass Rutten. There's a lot of soccer guys I can think of for sure, even though they were still famous.
Yeah.
Like first Ronaldo Phenomenal.
Yeah.
He tore both his knees out, and within the same year.
Yeah, man. I think
And
that's
he was still like the man.
I think that's the difference, though. Like most of those like major sports, like there's a lot more running involved, and running will kill your knees more than anything.
Oh yeah.
And so,
But they're running on grass. It was soccer players.
either way, man, running is running.
You're also like
When you're
could do,
training.
like,
Yeah.
somebody could slide in.
Oh, yeah.
And your
running-
foot's planted, and you're
Running is running, man. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
Like what it's
and,
on.
and at that speed too. Like sometimes they're going really, really fast. So like I don't know.
For basketball, that's my thing. It's like you want the grip, but they seem like your ligaments can't take that grip as well.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
But once your ligament goes out, you're
Football, I feel like just the impact of
Because you see Jamal Murray's injury, where he just
Yeah.
Euro stepped or whatever, and just
his knee just buckled, right?
yeah, just buckled.
That
buckled
sucked,
inward.
man. He's good. That sucked. I don't know. Anyway, that was just I saw that question on Twitter and I was like, it's Bo Jackson for me. It's pretty easy. There's some other fighters that did some stupid people that did some stupid shit that just didn't let their career, like Mike Tyson, I thought like let his career spiral out like when he didn't really need to.
We just talked about Alden Smith earlier today.
Yeah, Alden Smith is another one who just
I mean, there's a lot of
like Muhammad Ali. If he didn't have to go to the fucking jail, imagine if he didn't have to go to
yeah,
jail.
that's what I was gonna say. There's a lot of the bigger greats. They have like those gaps where they're just like gone. Like I feel like you look at any
Muhammad
sport.
Ali went to the jail in his prime.
Yeah, that's in his prime. And then like when you look at like we were just mentioning Jordan, when 3 in a row, gone for like 2 years, and then another 3 in a row, could have been 8.
Could have been 8.
It could have been 8, and then there's a bunch of other ones. There's
what about
like,
you know who was the fucking man that got injured?
Oh,
2 for basketball for me. Penny Hardaway.
Oh yeah.
Anthony Hardaway and Grant Hill. Grant Hill was a baller before he got hurt.
MMA wise, how about the guy who went hiking in the desert and died?
Who's that?
What?
Who's
Yeah,
that guy?
the guy who they were like, what's his name?
The guy he was fighting early on, right?
Yeah, but he was part of like a bank heist or something like that. And went to jail.
Oh yeah, that guy was.
What's his name? Oh man,
he was English and he went to Morocco and like he fucking was in this. He was in prison in Morocco and shit.
And then
did he beat Anderson or did he almost beat him?
Almost beat him, or he was the one who could have beat him.
They definitely fought. It was in Rage of the Cage. I forget his name. He was crazy. He was nuts.
Look that up real quick. I was gonna say Tony Ferguson. If he didn't kick that metal pole.
Yeah, that's right. He kicked the metal pole.
Did you see his thing where he was talking about his fight with Oliveira?
No.
He was saying the whole fight he was just waiting to do the darts from the bottom. That was his goal.
Why?
Because I feel like he's reaching for grapes. Because in the fight,
is way better.
Yeah, in the fight he actually does lock in the darts from bottom, but obviously it means nothing because it's just not gonna work at all from the bottom. But like, yeah, he posted this whole thing saying like that was my plan from the beginning. Like I wanted to go to the ground, blah blah blah. And then I think Oliveira either afterwards or before, I can't remember which order it was, but he said I only did like 10 hours of jiu-jitsu for this whole fight, like the whole camp. That's all I did. I wasn't worried about my jiu-jitsu at all. I don't know, man.
Evan Tanner.
No, that's the guy that died. But that's not the guy.
No, that's the guy. No, that's the guy that died from another situation.
It wasn't the guy who did that.
He never fought.
He wasn't the guy who went to prison in Morocco. And
okay.
He never fought Anderson. He fought Rich Franklin.
He's just say that he was like he was part of like a bank heist. You're right, and then he went to prison.
Here you go, Lee Murray.
Lee Murray. That's the motherfucker.
It's Lee Brahim Murray Lamrani.
Let me see.
Yeah, he might have been originally Moroccan French or some shit. Where was he born?
Convicted of bank robbery, martial arts. After he was stabbed multiple times. United Kingdom. Greenwich United.
Yeah, he was crazy. Bro,
Lee
he was a
Murray,
good fighter, though.
Yeah.
He was a good fighter.
That's the guy that they were like, oh, he
was going to beat Anderson.
Yeah. He says, how a UFC fighter pulled off the biggest bank heist ever.
Yeah.
Oh, so for the injury or whatever, I thought you were going to say Tanya Harding.
Oh.
Because you guys said the pipe, and I was like,
Isn't it Kerrigan? She fucking
Nancy Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Oh, so Nancy Kerrigan was the one who got hit with the pipe. Tanya Harding was the one who did the
jail. Yeah. I don't think she went to jail though. I don't remember. Aaron Hernandez went to fucking jail. Died. Prime of his career.
Well, he kind of did to himself. So,
yeah, that's like fucking kill people. Like you don't have to do that.
That's the thing, man.
At all.
Just don't kill people.
Yeah.
Then you'll be a superstar.
I haven't watched. You see, they have like a documentary on Netflix. I haven't watched it, but I don't think I need to because I'm like, it's just dumb.
You know what it is? I'll tell you what.
Was it heroin?
I told you because the documentary was based off the podcast, which was done by the Boston Globe. And the podcast, I didn't watch the documentary, but I listened to the podcast. It was phenomenal.
Really?
Fucking fantastic.
How long was it?
How long was it?
No, how long was the podcast? Was it like a series?
You're just serious. Just one series of podcasts. So you just look up there. It's really good if you just want to. You learn a lot of shit about him that you didn't might have heard before. And and also like just you could see like the character development in there is pretty good.
Man, speaking of podcasts, you should listen to what's it called?
The Ronin
Crime
System
Junkie?
podcast. Oh, sorry.
Well, that too. Crime Junkie. You guys
No?
listen to that one?
Mm.
So it's one like it's very hit or miss, but like they basically bring up like cold cases and like unsolved mystery things, and a lot of them are really really interesting. Like there's this one like clearly, at least the way they're painting it, clearly like it should have gone one way, but it didn't. Like there's cases of like this one that stuck out to me was this kid was found upside down inside a wrestling match.
Oh, I did see that. I
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Well,
I
I
didn't
saw
hear
the
that.
story. I didn't.
Yeah, he was found upside down in wrestling mats, and the story was he got himself stuck trying to get his shoes
Mhm.
underneath the mats. But like all logic surrounding that makes like no sense because like
So the
for
mats were
wrestling-
straight up.
Yeah,
so
the mats were
jumps
stacked
and
up.
So you wouldn't. He went so far down, you couldn't see his feet dangling from the top.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
So
And, like,
basically
he's
his whole
in a
body-
tube. So even if he yelled, the mat is thick. Like
Yeah.
you're not gonna.
basically his whole body was in it, and then like when they pulled him out, his face was like
I mean,
bloodied
just-
and bruised.
you remember that
and
one
So
fucked up.
somebody
episode of-
stuffed him in there.
That's what they're saying. They're saying like
You remember that
the
one
reason he's
show of
swollen-
Martin where he fought Sugar Ray or somebody, and like his face was all like huge. That's what that kid's face looked like.
Yeah,
I'm like dead serious.
it's
They showed
really
it?
interesting.
There's gory images.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really
Where'd you see
interesting.
it on?
the internet somewhere.
Oh, okay. I
But
thought you
yeah,
had some show or
like
something.
No.
it's crazy because all the things surrounding it was like the kid was having beef with this other kid
Were they
who
wrestlers?
No.
who was coincidentally the son of the sheriff. And there's security footage in the gym, but coincidentally, the cameras were not working when the kid was there and after the kid was already in the mats.
Because they didn't find the kid till days later.
Yeah, it only
Does it smell?
No, they
it's
were
in the-
searching for him.
Yeah,
and
it
then
was, it was in the back corner, but yeah, nothing made sense because like the mats were rolled up like this tight. You know, wrestling mats they got rolled up tight.
How did he get in? Oh, that so he. Yeah,
That's what they're saying. It's impossible for him to squeeze in there. Like he'd have to untie it to open it up.
Yeah.
And wrestling mats are heavy, you know, and so like one shoe was in there and there was blood underneath it but not on it.
So how
like,
did that happen?
How did that happen if he's stuck there and he's bleeding and dripping blood? Did the blood just go around it? They're like, those are some nice J's. We're gonna go around that.
Yeah.
You know,
Nah.
there's like a bloody hoodie in the back
Mhm.
corner of like the gym that no one found. Like, there's a whole
They
bunch
never
of shit.
solved it.
They're saying it was listed as an accident.
The sheriff definitely.
Yeah, that's
Covered for
what
the
people
sun.
are saying. Like they're covering for the sun and like, you know, they staged the whole thing to make it seem like because apparently like it's normal for the kids to like put their shoes in the mats because they don't want to pay for a locker. They can just like kind of like pop it up and grab it. But for some reason he's like, oh, let me just go over it instead. You know. So that's an interesting one. There's a bunch of other interesting ones like with like serial killers. They do a lot of serial killers.
Yeah.
So
I
missing
gotta.
kids.
May have to get to sleep here pretty soon, guys.
Oh yeah, no problem, man.
What do you mean? Don't you have to eat in like 3 hours?
I'm fucking
I'm
full.
gonna-
But I gotta eat in like 4 or 5 hours
There you
if I'm gonna train tomorrow.
go. Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up, guys. You got anything else to say?
No, I don't think so. But I'm gonna hold you accountable to what you said about playing Magic.
Yeah, man. Just let me know. And
Saturday
I'll
nights.
let you know if we're gonna be doing.
I'll let you know.
We,
no.
No.
we typically do game nights on Fridays, so if you can like coordinate over it. That'd be nice.
All right.
Mhm.
Cool. Other than
Anything
that,
else to say?
That's it.
All right, guys. I have no send off. You guys want to do send off?
I mean, they know where the fuck they can find us.
In these streets.
All right. Thank you for listening. Have an amazing day. Get out there, get hungry, and good luck.